want to be around. So, as a personality goes, I don't like him, you know, but for what he says and does and gets done, and I like the way he does it, you know, because he commits to it and then he tries to do the best he can to get the actions taken care of that need to be done to get that job taken care of, and I like that. But as a personality, you know, he's not my favorite kind of guy.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Hey, Ken, does the audio sound any better?
You sound a little bit brassy right now.
Oh, because I didn't have the equalizer on, now I do.
Okay, you sound just a little bit more brassy than what you did before.
So is that in a good way?
Try it back the other way.
Hold on.
It sounds fuller, John.
Okay, this is with the equalization off. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know, 2, 1, half dozen of another.
With it off, it sounds flat. With it on, it sounds full.
Okay, this is with it's on. This is how I have been running it, but I updated the rig, all the firmware, and I guess I forgot to turn it back on.
Roger that. We're up on an ID, guys. That says K4XTX with a friendly button conversation group.
G4, GKG.
KAPJ.
Alpha Bravo 3, Bravo Delta, number 136, first time tonight.
AB3BD, Dean, K4XTX, I'll get you in the log.
I thank you very much.
All right, Dean, you're in the log. How you doing tonight?
Hey, doing good. I had a good day here weather-wise. It was a little on the cooler side, but very tolerable. Got up to like 72 degrees or something like that, so that wasn't too bad. And other than that, had a great day. Just kind of sat around and relaxed a little bit, but yeah, a good day.
Roger that. It's been great down here. It was, super nice this morning. It warmed up a little bit this afternoon, but other than that, it's really been nice today. No rain, just a few clouds, clear the majority of the time.
Yeah, they're calling for some possibility of rain, I guess, Sunday night or something like that. Just a remote chance. But other than that, they're calling for good weather right on through the weekend. And with that, I'll just ride along. If I hear something, I'll jump in.
Okay, Dean, glad you're here tonight. AB3BD, K4XTX.
Contact.
Contact, John.
Hey, John, with your equalizer on, your voice, it sounds fuller. You have more, what am I trying to say? There's a deeper, not a bassy, but a deeper tone to your voice, whereas when you're not on the equalizer, your voice comes out very flat.
So we had set all this up a while back, and then I went ahead and I changed, I redid the firmware, updated the firmware. And here I've been running for a while, did that a week or two ago. I've been running for a while without it. I'm surprised.
I'm being very, very, very fussy now. When I say it's fuller, I'm talking about you got to really listen to hear the difference.
Oh, okay. I don't think we made too much of a drastic change, really.
No, like I said, you know, if you were looking at on a scope, the different frequencies of your voice that will really break down, you know, the narrow differences. I think the middle of your voice spectrum would be showing up a little bit more than it does without the equalizer.
Okay, I'll tell you what, this is the Pro 7 mic, you know, the Pro 7 headset. Give me a second here. Okay, this is the PR781, the boom mic that I have.
Okay, in my ears, they both sound very, very equal. They sound very similar to each other, almost no difference at all.
Well, see, that's what we were shooting for when I set up the equalization.
Contact with you, John.
What's that?
The PR 781 on my end has more things to it.
Okay, I'm back on the Pro 7 mic. All right, well, hey, it's intelligible. That's what that's what counts, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, I went back to the Pro 7. That way I could sit back in my chair.
And that's important.
I use the desk mic or the boom mic. I got to lean forward a bit to really talk into it.
Yeah, mine's the same way, but I find that to be a pretty comfortable position for the most part.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like leaning back, though.
Well, my problem is that my chair is a rocker, so if I get the boom close to me, I keep banging my forehead on it.
How about you, John?
Well, my chair is, it's an office chair, executive chair. It rocks, but I don't think I've ever had the problem of banging my head on the mic.
Are you sure that's not what that red mark's from?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Boxes like that.
Well, the other thing, when I get up to talk on my mic, I get within about 4 inches of it pretty regular, whereas, I could probably sit back up front, but it wouldn't sound as good.
I sure hope I can get my 746 Pro fixed.
It's like right now, I'm a foot away from my mic. How's that sound?
Sounds like you're a foot away from your mic. No, it sounds good.
Sounds all right.
But there was a difference, right?
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Oh, that's good.
What kind of mic do you use?
It's a Heil. It's the one that's made for the 7300, the ICM, ICM-B, I think, or something like that.
Well, I've got
to you and Carol. So that's all I have to report. Over.
Okay, Tom, well, it'll be good to see you there. If you can stop by the meeting and say hi to us, we'd certainly like to see you. And, I guess if you're going to print your book in July, you better be getting it finished. 7 3s to you, and good luck with that. Have a good evening, Tom. N1 NSP, this is W4 GMF. Number 43, N2 ZRL. How you doing tonight, Bob?
W4 GMF N20. Good evening, Dan. Good evening, everybody. On the DSS, we're doing well tonight. Had a beautiful day down there. Sure. Didn't do too much. Just got something expected to get my foot all squared away. But other than that, nothing too much else going on. Every day went out. Boy, this some of the steady number. Pull the flash off the grave that gets set out here for Memorial Day. But anyway, that's about it. So we'll just take 73 and we got one and we'll be up at the meeting. And to ZRL back tonight.
Okay, Bob. Well, glad you got the truck inspected, all ready to pull that camper up here, I guess. We'll see you at the meeting. You guys have a safe trip. Into ZRL, this is W4 GMF. Number 47, KC4 TNC. How you doing tonight, Bob? Okay, Bob, so that means you're going to make it to the meeting this year? That's great. Can't wait to see you there. You have a safe trip coming up here. 7 3s to you, Bob. KC4 TNC. This is W4 GMF. Number 52, 52, N4 GHP. How you doing, Jason?
Good evening to you and everybody else on the Virginia Phone Net. Doing good over this way. Had a pretty good day. Had to go down southern Virginia and run a little Cat 5 or Cat 6 Ethernet cable today, so that was pretty good. Running that for a microwave project working on, so that was pretty good. Had to take down a couple of old antennas off of a tower. Same place we were running the wire for another customer of ours. Getting out of the paging business, sort of was able to kill two birds with one stone, so that was pretty good. But otherwise, not really a whole lot going on. Thought it felt weird to, I guess, be this cold in June, but I guess I'm not complaining. Just about had to get a sweatshirt. The wind was blowing and that put a little chill in the air here today. But that's about all I've got from here in 4JHP.
Well, I bet it did get chilly, yeah. Especially start going up towers, especially up towers that are in the mountains. 7:30 to you there, Jason, and can't wait to see you at the meeting. N4JHP, this is W4GMF. Number 63, W4CSA. How you doing this afternoon, Phil?
I'm doing good, Grant. W4CSA. Put that big humongous high-Q antenna on the back of the truck. I sent you a picture of that. And I put that egg beater and a 102-inch whip on the top of it. And with the truck running no amplifier, just about 25 watts from the radio, trying to get an idea of what it would do. But I worked 2 or 3 European stations on 15, and they gave me good reports on sideband over.
Oh, yeah, that antenna on 15 ought to work really, really good.
Yep, that guy that I bought that other antenna from, that mag loop, he's got a new one out now, like that one that you're building with the great big double coil loop and everything, and it's got a stepper motor and all that on it. Wished I'd waited and seen that one. It's only like $150 more than what the one was that I got, and I know that's going to be better. I can't wait to see that super duper one of yours perform over.
Well, maybe you ought to call that guy up. Maybe you can get a trade-in yours for a new upgrade. Anyway, 7:30 to you there, Phil. Say hi to Mary for me. You guys have a great evening. W4CSA. This is W4GMF. Number 67, KK4HAQ. How you doing today, Frederico?
W4GMF on the Virginia Phone Net. This is KK4HAQ. Doing well, Grant. Thank you for asking. Thank you for doing the net. Good day today. Hope spend some time at the range, play with my toys. So, a nice day today. I'm really glad to hear Carol's report that we are 100 people registered for the meeting. I will be there. My wife already cleared Friday and from work, and we are really excited to see everybody and shake up your hands and that excellent food that's always there. So see you guys shortly. I want to comment something. That radio that Jim was talking on sounds really good. Really good. It's interesting. Back to you, Grant. KK4HAQ.
Yeah, Frederico, Jim said he was on the Yaesu 710, so yeah, it was sounding really nice. He had it set up good, and I can't wait to see you at the meeting. It's going to be a big one. I tell you what, Carol's got 100 confirmed people, and I'm sure there's going to be a few that straggle in that we don't know about. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be the biggest Virginia Phone Net meeting in history. I don't think there's never been one as big as what we're going to see this year. 7-3s, and see you there. KK4HAQ. This is W4GMF. Number 78, K4MI. How you doing this evening, Will?
Good evening, Grant, to you and everyone else
up there on the Virginia Phone Net this evening. We're doing pretty good over here. Had a good Memorial Day weekend, although I didn't get out to do any parks on the air as much as I would have wanted to. Had stuff going on the days that were nice, and then Monday, the day I planned to do it, the weather just didn't make up its mind. It was sunny, then it would storm, then it was sunny, then it would storm again. So I did not want to be out there in that. So I stayed home and did a little chasing, parks, hunting, I guess you'd call it. Probably get out and do some this weekend, and definitely next weekend up there at Northern Neck for the Virginia Phone Net annual meeting. Planning on at least doing Westmoreland again, and then the Captain John Smith Trail right there from the parking lot. That'll be fun. Definitely looking forward to that. Probably going to try and get up on Friday afternoon, evening as well. So, everyone have a good evening, 7:30, and thanks as always, Grant, for running the net, and appreciate that as always. This is K4MI. We're clearing back to W4GMF and Virginia Phone Net.
Well, I tell you, it might be one of those things where you end up with 4 or 5 people in the same park at the same time putting it on the air. I tell you what, I had that happen one time. I forget, I think it might have been George Washington's birthplace, and I was putting it on the air, and a guy came back to me from park to park, and went back to him, told him I was at George Washington's birthplace, and he says, well, I'm at George Washington's birthplace too. I said, well, where are you at? He said, I'm up in the parking lot. And I told him, I said, well, I'm down at the picnic area. So he came down and we got together, but yeah, it was funny. 2 of us put in the same park on at the same time. 7-3 as well. Have a good evening. See you at the meeting. K4MI. This is W4GMF. Number 80, WV4L. How you doing, Wayne?
Alrighty, Grant, W4GMF and the Virginia Phone Net, Whiskey Victor for Lima. Well, we're doing okay. We've got a nice day here in the west central highlands of Virginia. Kind of breezy, a little bit of a chill in the air, Grant, just like excuse me, somebody was alluding to earlier. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit on the chilly side. I'm going to kind of have to keep an eye on the temperature overnight. I don't think it's going to freeze, but if it would, I would obviously need to get out and do something about the plans that I've got set out. But I really don't think that's going to happen. But it's going to be chilly, nonetheless, and we'll take that in stride and go with that. We hope everybody else is doing well on the net here this evening. We're going to go ahead and jump out of here. I got another 6-meter net that's coming up here in a few minutes, and then a local 2-meter net as well. So I need to get things set up for that. But Grant, do appreciate you running things for us here on this Thursday evening. And we look forward to seeing you and, from what I understand now, a whole bunch of others at the Virginia Phone Net annual meeting coming up here in a week or so. W4GMF and the Virginia Phone Net. Blessings. And 7:30 from Whiskey Victor for Lima.
Well, it's sounding good as usual, Wayne. And, yeah, I'll tell you what, it'll be a big one. There'll be a lot of people there this year. And can't wait to see you there. Have a safe trip coming over. WV4L, this is W4GMF. Number 81, AA4GB, the good-looking Grant. How you doing?
Well, hello to you, Grant. W4GMF and the Virginia Phone Net, AA4GB. Yeah, no, I tell you what, I am looking forward to the 8th. My wife and I are making plans to be there. We're probably going to come up Friday when she gets off work, but it's a little bit of a drive, so I don't know if we'll actually make it to the site there or not, but we'll certainly be there on Saturday, no doubt about that. Always have a good time there. I tell you, my wife doesn't go to a lot of ham radio events, but boy, she's been to one this will be when we have our annual meeting. So I'm sure looking forward to it. She is too. Anyway, got my lawn mowed today after fixing my old John Deere ride lawnmower. The thing's 20-something years old and it's taking a licking, but it's still going. And that all got done. Came in, got showered, went in to Larry's 4 o'clock net today, and then met my wife for dinner. And lo and behold, got back in time for the evening net. So I guess all in all, the day's been a pretty good day. Like I said, 72 degrees here, and we're supposed to, kind of go down tonight into the upper 60s anyway. no, it's just going to be a great evening, and tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 77. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. Anyway, Grant, running a good net. Thanks for doing it for us. W4GMF and the Virginia Phone Net 73 884.
Okay, Grant, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you and your wife there, too. And, yeah, she's always fun to talk to, so, yeah, make sure she comes along with you. And, yeah, my old lawn tractor, it's a Craftsman. It's over 30 years old, and it still runs as good as when it was new. It's a nice old mower, that's for sure. 7-3 to you. Have a good evening, Grant. AA4GB. This is W4GMF. Number 96, KB4CHT. How you doing, Alan?
Good evening, Grant. Everybody on it? Well, most everybody knows I'm legally blind, so it was time to renew my photo ID. So when I went in to the DMV to do it this morning, I told them I was there to get my walking license. And the reaction I got, that was the first time they've heard that. She just laughed and carried on with me, and I took my number and waited for them to call me, and then they took care of it. So now I can vote in November, because now they require a voter ID in North Carolina, which I voted for. So anyway, that's been a big part of my day, Grant, and did a few other things when we got home this afternoon, and that's been about it. 73 is all. W4GMF, KD4CHT.
Well, Alan, congratulations on getting your walking ID. That's a good thing, I guess. But anyway, you have a good weekend there, and 7-3s to you. From KD4CHT, this is W4GMF. Number 97, KJ4BBB. How you doing, Ed?
Well, good evening, Grant. Everybody on the VFN. The band's in pretty good shape for a change. You're coming in here in Eastern Kentucky very well. It's a beautiful day here. And I took advantage of it. Mowing, well, I have to mow every so often. And you know the way the weather's been, I don't know your way, but I'll have 4 or 5 days of rain, then I'll have 3 or 4 days of dry. And if you don't hit that dry window, I'm telling you right now, it'll get away from you in a heartbeat. But anyway, 4 hours now. 4 hours sitting that zero turn. Never got out of the seat. It's just about all I can stand. I got about 90% of it done. At least I've got a good lick in on it. And I might finish up a little bit tomorrow, and I'm going to work in the garden tomorrow. So got things to look forward to, and had a pretty good day. KJ4BBB back at W4GMS, Mr. Grant, Virginia Phone Net, 73 to 1 and all.
Yeah, Ed, our weather has been the same, and we have the same deal here. When it's dry, you got to mow. The difference is I can mow my yard in an hour, and it's done and out of the way. Sounds like you got a pretty big yard. 7-3s, have a good evening, Ed. KJ4BBB, this is W4GMF. Number 105, now here's the guy with the big yard, KC8VFN. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, Grant, and the rest of the VFN. So, I'm pretty tired, man. I spent most of the day today moving cat litter around. I made a place on the porch over the farmhouse, so I put about, what was it, 28 jugs of that lightweight litter, if you remember it, and 14 boxes of the 40-pound litter, which is the last litter I brought up there. Got them in a nice dry, safe place. I have to put the rest on a pallet somewhere tomorrow, but that's what I've been working on this week, is trying to get all that squared away. And it sure comes in handy not have to buy it, so I definitely appreciate getting it. KC8VFN, back to control.
Okay, I guess Larry must have got another big load. But just be careful that box stuff, putting that on your porch, that's a lot of weight. Next thing you know, your porch will be gone. You'll be building a new porch. 7-3s to you, Jeff, and we'll see you down in Leedstown. KC8VFN, this is W4GMF. Number 107, WD1U. How you doing, Wally?
Hello, Grant. WD1U here. Hello to you and everybody on the net. And yeah, my yard's like yours. Takes me an hour. In fact, I cut it today. Cut it, weed eat it, and blew all the grass off the dry surfaces there. Hard surfaces, I mean. So we got that done. Beautiful day. 64 degrees here. I think it's supposed to get down to like 48 here at my house tonight. So we'll see about that. Got the wire up. I believe it was Tuesday. So this is my 5th check-in for the week. So I got my 5 in for May. I appreciate you being patient with me and giving me time to get restrung up there. Still not planning on coming next week, but there might be one little fly in with me. The local high school here, Lord Botetourt, is playing in the regional championship game tomorrow, which means they're qualifying for state. And the first round of state will be Tuesday, and more than likely the semifinals will be Friday. And if they're still alive Friday, I'm going to go cover them and broadcast the game. So they're kind of a Cinderella type team tonight. If I were to bet on it, I would say they would probably lose in that quarterfinal game on Tuesday, but you never know. You never know. The team here in Lynchburg, Liberty Christian Academy, is a Class 3 favorite to win it all. They're undefeated, and it's really hard to go, as you know, undefeated in baseball. So that's the plan. If all that works out, then Kelly and I'll be down there. I got the hotel reservation and everything, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody again. Thanks for letting me in, and boy, the fan conditions. We're enjoying the quietness of the band tonight. Back to you, Grant. WD1 News.
Well, Wally, I tell you, your antenna's working good, so you got it back up just fine. No problems there. And, yeah, hopefully we'll see you and Kelly at the meeting, but if you don't show, we'll know the team's doing well. 7-3, but, you know, I got to tell you, I got to root for Liberty. I love Liberty, even their little Christian academy there. So, yeah, we got a rival going now. 7-3's to you, Wally. Catch you later. WD1U. This is W4 GMF. Number 112, KY4CA. How you doing, Chuck?
W4GMF, KY4CA. Good evening, Grant. Good evening on the VFN. Boy, I see you got a good net going here. They're first. I was beginning to think that bad was going to be more like the center board to end up on, but boy, the noise gets silenced down there, and you're coming through with no problem. Boy, at first it was noisy on my side, but I guess atmospheric settled down a little bit, and I say it's doing a great job. Boy, this morning it was 51 degrees here, and the furnace kicked on of all things. That was a shocker. I believe it down one other time this week. So anyway, I'll tell you what, I don't think it's winter's going to let go. It's trying to hold on yet, but I tell you what, it got up to 73 degrees today, but really that's a lot better than maybe 90 degrees. But I know it's coming, but I'm enjoying these cool mornings, and actually it's not bad in the afternoon. But from all that wind the other day, I've had all kinds of leaves out there to pick up, and I'm still picking them up. And I still haven't got my yard mowed, but they're saying next week it's going to be all rain here, so I've got to get it all mowed here. I'm hoping tomorrow get that taken care of. Anyway, thanks for running that 73 off, and I'll tell you what, just keep going there, and thank you for all you do there. Everybody else. W4GMF, Y4CA.
Yeah, Chuck, I tell you, I think tomorrow morning's going to be a chilly one for sure. Throw a cover on the blanket on the bed tonight. And, yeah, what else was I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. Doggone it, I hate it when that happens. Anyway, 7-3's to you. Have a good evening, Chuck. KY4CA, this is W4GMF. Number 115, N4, UPY. Good evening, Ron. I guess we'll see you in about a week. No, less than a week. And I wanted to let you know, if you get there Monday early, park in the front parking lot by the lighthouse for a little bit. I got some stuff at Allen's out back I want to move around before you put your camper out there, okay?
Okay, Grant. W4GMF. This is N4, UPY out here in Tennessee. Better find out your day, Grant. Yeah, it'll probably be 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening before I get there. I won't be getting there early. That's probably
about 7.5-hour drive, not counting stopping for fuel or something or what have you. So it'll probably be about 5 or 6 in the evening before I get there. It won't be early, that's for sure. Wife said she didn't want to get out here at the crack of dawn, and I don't blame her. She wants to be able to see everything, because coming out of the woods, you got to keep an eye on everything. Real tight road out to the main road. I got 6 tenths of a mile to go through the woods, and you really got to watch. It won't take much, and you be in the ditch or over the hill, so it'll be daylight before we come out of here. Anyway, everything's been good today here, Grant. We messed around here with the truck, started fixing up the bed of the truck, getting everything situated in there, getting my extra stuff in there, retorqued my Anderson hitch and what have you, make sure it's all good to go. Went ahead and took the truck up there to where the camper's at and got it all lined up, so all I got to do is push the button and the camper will just sit right on the ball there, so that's all taken care of. But I don't plan on doing none of that, so I'll probably drop it on there maybe Saturday or Sunday. Might drop it down on there. I don't really like to do a whole lot on Sunday, so I'll probably do it Saturday. And then I want to retorque all the wheels anyway, make sure to check all that. I went ahead and already checked all the pressure and everything. Everything's up to 80 pounds, which was supposed to be. And went ahead and changed all the batteries in the TPM sensors. And then, of course, all the batteries on my alarm system in the house, and changed all that out. Went through testing everything yesterday. I had the daggone sirens going off several times yesterday. I think the wife was probably getting a little tired here in that mess. Every few minutes I'd have a siren going off, so I was going different places testing, checking to make sure everything functions. And I did have one sensor I couldn't find. I got to go, where did that thing go? I got to think about it. Well, I know, I took that off for some reason. Now, where did I put it? I looked at it, looked for it for a while, and I couldn't find it. Well, you know what? I'll just quit looking for it, and I'll find it. Well, sure enough, I come up here in the radio room, and I was messing around, opened the drawer, and there it is. Glad I didn't look for it. It went ahead and found itself, so I guess I'll put that in tomorrow. I went ahead and worked the bees today. Boy, I'll tell you one thing, they're packed from wall to wall. They have drawn out all the foundation. The two outer frames are not totally drawn, but they're a little bit they have drawn, which is probably, 50% on one side and probably 90% on the other side. That's all full of nectar and what have you. I mean, every frame in there is just full of something. And see, if it ain't honey nectar, it's sealed fruit or flour or eggs or whatever. It's got a pile of them, it's full up. But no queen cells, no queen cups, and that's a good thing. That was the main thing I was checking for, make sure it didn't have none of that. And I do have an extra blue body on top with foundation and everything in it to take care of them. But I think the honey flow has waned off a little bit, because last week when I was in there, I just went up there to just stand beside the hive. And I was watching the workers push their drones around. They was trying to get in, and they was pushing them back out. I mean, head to head. And some of them have grabbed them by the legs, and they were pulling them on out of there. So that tells me that the honey flow is dwindling on down, because they pushed them bad boys out of there. There ain't no more free lunch for them. Other than that, Grant, that's about all we got. This is N4, UPY, residing at GY. It's Pale-Faced Retreat in Los Angeles, Tennessee. We take one step forward and 2 steps backward. W4 GMF, N4 UPY, back net.
Okay, Ron. Well, if you're getting here in the evening, yeah, you'll be fine. Just pull around, park where you normally park. What happened is Alan moved some stuff out of the building out there in that cement pad, and I need to move that so it's open again. So anyway, that'll be done before you get there then. And glad the bees are doing good. Mine are doing about the same thing. No queen cells, packed full of bees, and bringing in lots of nectar. I'll tell you what, I always keep 3 boxes for brood that I never mess with. I keep that for the bees, and then all my honey supers I put on top of that. And some of my hives now, I've got 300 honey supers on top, so they're 6 boxes high. I'll tell you what, that's getting pretty high for lifting those things. But I've already taken off 13 frames of honey that were packed clear full and capped, so they're doing well this year. 7-3s, and have a good trip, Ron. N4 UPY. This is W4 GMF. Number 116, K4JZQ. How you doing, Larry?
W4 GMF, this is K4JZQ. Good evening, Grant, and good evening to everyone else on the BFN. Well, just to thank Carol for the info on the Zoom link that she's going to get prepared, invitation for people who are not able to come to the meeting next week. I certainly appreciate that, and I've already sent my email in to her to do that. At least we can share at least the camaraderie and so forth and know who's all there, and we send our regards to everyone. And then we'll also find out what all that good food that we're going to be missing. But unfortunately, the wife and I won't be able to. The other scheduling events have occurred so that we can't make that annual meeting, unfortunately. Sorry about that, but maybe next year. Well, happy also to hear that show is back on the air. We're certainly glad that that tree that fell and took down his antenna didn't do any more damage than it did. The fact that it fell parallel to the building, had it gone at the building itself, I think there might have been some damage even to Joe's apartment. But everything seemed to work out. The fact that it at least had the courtesy to fall parallel to the building and not at it. And that certainly was happy. The antenna team for our club was certainly happy to go over there and help him out to get back on the air. So we're very grateful that we can continue to hear the dulcet tones of Joe W2PVY here as part of our efforts here in Charlottesville. And Grant, thanks for doing the net as always, and grateful for the spectacular weather we're having up through this weekend. And certainly everybody should enjoy it. A little nippy, but that's what makes things feel real good. And as you say, you can turn off the heat and the air conditioning and just enjoy open the windows and so forth and enjoy the weather that we're having currently. So thanks very much again for doing the net. This is K4JZQ 73, Grant.
Okay, Larry, you're sounding great again. Good radio there, no doubt. And yeah, I tell you what, we're looking forward to the meeting. Sorry you can't make it this year. You're going to be missed, that's for sure. And roger that on Joe's antenna. You know, that was a near miss for sure. 7-3, have a good evening, Larry. K4JZQ. This is W4GMF. Number 117, KC3MCB. How you doing, Jim?
W4GMF, KC3MCB. Well, Grant, good evening to you and the Virginia Furnet. And today was a real nice day. The painters started painting by the garage down below and had a nice sunny day to do it. Supposed to be nice tomorrow, too. And we had a couple fox and some turkey running around here today, so we had the hog life to look at for a little bit. And anyway, next week on Wednesday, I'll have to go to the hospital and have a webcast where they stick the light and the flashlight down your throat. They've been having, I haven't been filling up the bar, so I wanted to go have that done. I had it done a long time ago, but I just wanted to check things out, so I might not be leaving here until maybe, I wanted to leave here Thursday, but we may not start down until Friday, so we won't be there anyway, so I'm really interested in seeing everybody. So thanks for picking me up there, Grant, and we'll be seeing you soon, 73, W4GMF, KC3MCB.
Okay, Jim. Well, hopefully everything gets healed up there from your test, and you can get down here to the meeting. Looking forward to seeing you and your wife again this year. Enjoyed it last year, and it's going to be a good meeting, that's for sure. 7-3 to you, and have a safe trip. KC3MCB. This is W4GMF. Number 127, KI4GXM. How you doing, Bruce? Number 127, KI4GXM. Bruce, are you still there? Now let's move on to 146, KN400. How you doing, Pete?
Hey, Grant, doing okay for a Thursday night. Just another day out on the road. I got to be back at it again tomorrow, nice and early.
At least it didn't rain. The weather's been pretty good, so I didn't have to use the air conditioning, so it's pretty good. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make the meeting this year. My wife's birthday is the same weekend, so I got to stick around for that. So, you know, that's how it goes. Anyway, Grant, well, let's see what's going on to check into your deck. And everybody sounded good tonight. I'm glad the band is working really well. So you and Rita have a good evening, good weekend coming up. We'll catch up with you next Thursday if you might be around. Okay, that's all right. That's you.
Okay, Pete, well, I'm planning on being here next Thursday, and sorry you can't make the meeting, but we understand. Wife takes priority. So, anyway, have a safe weekend out there traveling around. Be safe on the highway. KN400, this is W4GMF. Net control for the Virginia phone net. Do we have any late check-ins coming out?
Number 5454, WD4, KSW.
Number 53, WD4MUQ.
Number 75, AM4JH.
147, KM4MSN, 147. Hey, Grant.
134, N4XRD. 134, Grant.
39, KM4, CWB, 39.
Number 61, BB2SKP.
Number 62, Kilo Foxtrot 7, Alpha Whiskey Charlie.
Okay, listen up. I might have missed one or two in here. I got number 54, WD4KSW. Good evening, Ron. Number 53, WD4MUQ. Good evening, Ray. Number 75, AF4JH. Good evening, George. Number 34, KM4TC. Good evening, Van. Number 134, N4XRD. Good evening, Ralph. Number 39, KM4CWB. Good evening, Paula. Number 61, KB2SKP. Good evening, Chris. Number 62, KF7AWC. Good evening to you, Rachel. Who did I miss?
147, KM4MSN, 147. Hello, Grant.
Okay, I picked up 147, KO4MSN. Good evening, Randall. And number 121, KG4IHP. Good evening to Joe. We're going to run with these, and then we'll check again. Number 34, KM4TC. How you doing, Van?
Well, hey, Grant, I'm doing good. Glad to get a chance to be on here. I haven't been on much this week, these longer days. Keep me outside a little longer, which I enjoy. But just been a busy week. I'm glad tomorrow's Friday. I won't be in here tomorrow night because it's Patrick's 31st birthday. It's actually Monday, but we're having a cookout for him tomorrow night, so I'll kind of be out there. Other than maybe a portable quick 2-meter check-in on the Jars net. I've been doing some nets tonight. I've listened in on a 10-meter net down in Fayetteville that they have every Thursday night, but I couldn't really hear the net control. I heard a lot of stations checking in, and I rolled up here, and we're down here, and listened out for the remainder of your net and checked into the Jars net. It's a little ham radio tonight. It's closer to the end of the week that it gets the more radio than I do. I don't know why that is. It's always been that way. I'm apt not to do any on Monday. But, well, looking forward to the meeting. I got to call and talk to Carter about it. I might do that right here after the net and see what he's up to. And thinking about it, I hadn't checked in with the band hoppers lately. Probably hopping on 40 and seeing what they're up to. And then it'll be bedtime before we know it. Sounding good, Grant, for this time of year, no doubt. Got a good signal, good audio, and my amplifier that I run on 75 is still down. I hadn't even pulled it off the rack or off the bench and opened it up yet. Not sure what happened, but it was pretty catastrophic. I mean, maybe not too bad, but it flipped the breakers, and I decided I would hit the reset button just to see what happened, and it flipped the breaker on the house, so something had shorted out.
I'll let you get going. W4GMF, KM4PC.
Yeah, that's not good when it puts the breaker on the house. It may be something serious. Anyway, you're sounding good here tonight, and yeah, enjoy your birthday party there tomorrow night. And congratulations to Patrick on 31. Yeah, the kids grow up fast, don't they? 7-3 Steve Van, and have a good evening. KM4TC, this is W4GMF. Number 39, KM4CWB. How you doing tonight, Paula?
Hello, Grant, and everyone on the VFN. This is KM4CWB. I'm doing fantastic, having a great day today at work. Just messing around. I got a fish tank that I've been messing around with. Just been listening to everyone on the net. Looking forward to the meeting. And this is, God bless you. Thanks for all that you're doing. This is KM4CWB. Back to net control.
Okay, Paul, you're sounding good tonight, and good luck with the fish tank. I'll tell you what, they're a lot of fun. I used to have a lot of fish. KM4CWB, this is W4GMF. Number 53, WD4MUQ. How you doing, Ray?
Well, Grant, I guess we're doing all right considering where the rest of the world is. 63 degrees out there. The mud hole is drying up, but I think next week we're going to have a lot more rain, so mud hole will be happy again, I guess. Other than that, it's been a right nice day around here. It's been breezy from time to time, but we're doing fine. I guess everybody's heard the news where the kangaroo court has finally decided Trump was guilty and all, so I don't know about that. And then I heard that Biden gave Ukraine permission to use American weapons on Russia, so you know what's going to happen there. Anyway, it's just a sad world we have to live in. Grant, turn back to you, and thanks for sharing with me. This is 74
Well, I agree with you, Ray. I tell you what, I think history is going to show today is a pretty sad day in the history of our country. 7-3 Steve Ray, and have a good evening. WD4MUQ, this is W4GMF. Number 54, WD4KSW. How you doing, Ron?
Doing pretty good, Grant, and you're just booming in here. You got a great big signal coming in here into Orange tonight. And yeah, I've been here through the whole net, but I didn't get here in time to check in from the very beginning. But I did hear it for the number 6 check in, so I've heard the whole net, and you got a good one here tonight. I've had a real busy day here. We've put some flooring on the stoop out back, and I've been working on that today, and then I had to take some cats to the veterinary clinic to get them fixed up, and the Humane Society took care of that. They just sent me cages to catch them. So anyway, I caught 3 of them and took them over there today. So I got that done. So I've had quite a busy day, but it's been pretty here today in Orange, and we look forward to the meeting this week, next weekend. Anyway, thanks for doing it, Grant. WD4KSW.
Okay, Ron, well, you're booming in here, and it sounds like you had a busy day today, too. No doubt. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you at the meeting. You guys have a safe trip coming over. WD4KSW. This is W4GMF. Number 61, KB2SKP. Good evening to you, Chris. Good to hear you and Rachel in here.
Well, good evening, Grant. It's Chris, KB2SKP, and hello to the Virginia Phone Net family. It's good to hear finally be able to hear the net nice and quiet. Last couple of days just been atrocious. We couldn't even get in. I couldn't hear anybody on the 430 net the last couple of days. And I think last night we were finally able to get in on the 730 net for still a rough copy. But tonight sounds like conditions are finally improving, and just in time for the sunspots from really back again. But we'll just take it when we can. Really looking forward to next weekend. Rachel and I got a hotel room booked out there at Auburn at my place or whatever the heck it is there. So we'll be out Friday evening for some soft goals and some good talk and some training fellowship and everything. And then really looking forward to Saturday and seeing all our good friends and stuff. But with that, Grant, I'll turn it back over to you. I got so I'll send you a link to a thing that came for. Let's see. Yeah, Camp 4 ECP. Yeah, these are Oh, gosh, the PyStar guy. He came up to me. Somebody else showed him this ham dashboard thing where you put up 12 panes in a web browser, and you can have it display all kinds of fun stuff with your forecast, your weather stuff, radar, TX spots, APRS, whatever you want to put on there, you can display all kinds of fun stuff. So I've been tinkering around with that, and I'll send you a link to how to download and stuff and keep playing. I think you might get a kick out of it. But anyway, I'll turn it back over. You got a few more to go, and I know Rachel will let you to say hi. We're looking forward to seeing you around again, too. So we'll turn it back over to you. KP2SKP.
Yeah, Chris, we just don't see each other enough. I tell you what, I think we only see you twice a year. We see you at the Virginia Phone Net meeting, and we see you at the Tailgate Cape Fest over there. That's not enough. We enjoy talking to you guys, and I can't wait to see you at the meeting. And I think you're going to like my place, too, if you haven't stayed there before. Everybody I've talked to that has stayed there really liked it. 7-3s to you, Chris. KB2SKP. This is W4GMF. Now get the better half, KF7AWC. How you doing, Rachel?
Well, good evening, Grant, and everyone on the VFN. Thank God it is so nice to hear your voice. It has been too long. I tried to come in a couple times during the 4 o'clock, and it was just so noisy, and I was going to take the net last night for the Grand Summers net, and I waited till a half hour before just to see if it would clear up, and thank God it cleared up just in time for me to run it so that somebody else closer didn't have to do it. And it ended up being nice and clear, and up until probably like the last 15 minutes, it got a little crackly, but, we've got the ham spots here in front of us, and it's like you just see this yellow, this green color. It's like, oh, my God, that's entirely covering the entire United States. And just like, well, I guess that's why we all can't hear each other. But it's all right. It's part of ham radio, learning how to, roll and flow with the ups and downs and be flexible. But I tell you, we just can't wait to come out and see all of you and to spend some time with our VFN family. We have stayed at my place one other time, and I'll tell you, I don't think I ever want to stay anywhere else. It was just really, really enjoyable, and we recommend anyone who's looking for a place to stay there because it really was good, and the people were real nice. Hopefully it continues to be so. And I'll be making us some cookie mixes right now to bring over to the VFN party, and hopefully I can't wait to get some more of your honey because I just opened up the last jar, so I'll have to grab some more. But again, blessings to Rita and all of our VFN family, and we will just hand it back to you. This is KF7AWC, back to W4GMF.
Well, Rachel, you sounded good over here tonight, and I tell you what, with the sunspots and stuff that's been going on, the 4 o'clock band has been really, really bad, and the 7:30 band's been kind of questionable, but everybody's getting through it, and I can't wait to see you at the meeting and eat some of them cookies. I know Rita's making peanut butter pies for this next guy that's coming up. 7-3s to you, Rachel. Have a good evening. KF7AWC. This is W4 GMF. Number 75, AF4JH. How you doing, George?
Well, good evening, Grant. I can't complain too hard, except I'm probably going to disappoint Rita, but I might make Scott happy, W3SEG. You guys brought up a subject that I've been trying to kind of avoid. You want to know the truth about it. Frank, KB3PQP, and I always used to laugh. I said, when you get mad, what I do what I do. He said, what's that? I said, grab a rag and some mink oil and oil the chickens out of your boots. The rubbing them seems to make everything feel better. He laughs about that, but after today, I might need a 55-gallon drum of mink oil. I may not have any boots left by the time I'm done, but we'll have to see. Anyway, thanks for being there, Grant. It's always a pleasure to hear you. It wasn't supposed to rain today, so I got out, jumped on the lawnmower, and as soon as I put the seat back and got on it, it started raining. I said, well, ain't that about right? So, okay, I'm not going to start today because if I was already mowing, I would just keep going. But I got off and put the feet up and went back toward the carport, sit down, and it quit raining. And I said, well, that's great. Got back on the mower, and that's what happened. I said, forget it, I'll mow tomorrow. So that's, but it needed it today, but I'll pay for it tomorrow. Thank you, Grant, for being there. It's always our pleasure to hear your voice.
W4GMF, AM4JH.
Yeah, George, I agree with you. I don't think there's enough mink oil around right now for all of us to be polishing our boots. Man, I tell you, it's a sad state of affairs right now. I think it's all going to probably be sorted out later, but the problem is it's just going to be too late. 7-3 to you, George. I'm going to miss you if you're not at the meeting. AF4JH, this is W4GMF. Number 121, KG4IHP. How you doing tonight, Joe? Okay, Joe, I'll tell you what, you were kind of up and down there and kind of weak on me for some reason. I could barely hear you in there. But yeah, it's going to be a cold one tonight, and also, we're going to have a big meeting. A lot of people showed up this year. KG4IHP, this is W4GMF. Number 127, KI4GXM. Bruce, are you there? I think Bruce is gone. Let's try 134, N4XRD. How you doing, Ralph?
Doing fine, Grant. Hope you have a copy on me. This is N4XRD. Good evening, all on the DFN. I'm looking forward to coming to the meeting and getting to see the people that I've been talking to for 6 years. And it's going to be a pleasure to shake some hands. This is N4XRD back to W4GMF.
Well, Ralph, I can guarantee you're going to enjoy your trip. It'll be worth it when you get here and get to meet everybody. We're a bunch of characters, that's for sure. But a lot of nice prizes to give away, too. Maybe you'll go home with a new radio. N4XRD, 7-3 to you. Have a good evening. This is W4GMF. Number 147, KO4MSN. How you doing, Randall?
Well, good evening, Grant, and everybody on the DFN. Thank you for calling on me. Just sitting here relaxing and about to go to bed. I've been having to get up early the past few mornings. We've got to get up early again in the morning and be at work at 5. We've got a project going on at work, and still trying to get it done. But anyway, hope everybody's got a good week so far. Hope everybody's got a good weekend coming up. And also, Grant, I hope everybody has a really, really great weekend the following weekend, because everybody should be at the BFN meeting. I know I will, and I can't wait. But anyway, with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Grant. KI4GMSN, back to net.
Okay, Randall, well, let's just pray that we have nice weather next weekend. That's what we need, is nice weather. So other than that, we'll have everything under control. 7-3 to you, and we'll see you at the meeting. KO4MSN, this is W4GMF. Net control for the Virginia phone net. Do we have any further check-ins? Come now.
Number 20, KF4H.
Well, Andrew, I guess you're going to tie the ribbons on it tonight. How you doing?
W4GMF, KF4H. Well, Grant, we're doing pretty good. Had a nice day outside to work. Worked all day and hooked up a service for a shed for a friend of ours and got that all straight. And man, it was beautiful working down there around the water like that. a nice breeze and everything, so couldn't ask for better weather. Just got back in from doing a little grocery shopping and stuff, so figured we'd stop by and check in. So thanks for running it. 7-3, so hope you have a good weekend coming up. KF4H, back next.
Okay, Andrew, yeah, it was a perfect day out there as far as I'm concerned. And, man, you had a big signal tonight. I got you 30 over here tonight, so it sounded really good. 7-3s to you. Have a good evening, and we'll see you down at Leedstown in a week. KF4AH. This is W4GMF. Any other check-ins? Come now. Okay, nothing heard. That's going to conclude this evening's net. I want to thank everyone that participated, because without your check-ins, we would not have a net. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you every Thursday evening. So we'll see you back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. for another Virginia Phone Net. This is W4GMF. Turn the frequency back to normal amateur use at 01 hours, 10 minutes, GMT. God bless America, our troops, and our Virginia Phone Net family. Good night to all. This is Whiskey 4, Golf Mike Foxtrot. 102 W4RWC. Good evening, Bob. Go ahead and give me a comment. I got you on the roster. Okay, Bob. Well, I'm glad there you're enjoying your vacation there, and hope you're having fun out there doing something, playing ham radio or whatever, or just relaxing. And yeah, your signal was coming in real good tonight, so no problems at all, Bob. 7-3s to you. Have a good weekend. W4RWC. This is W4GMF. Net is now closed.
for an antenna mount. And the way you've got it set up to swivel down, and you can manage all that weight and everything with the pulleys and stuff. I mean, that's a great idea. You just kind of like inspired me now. Instead of putting up a major tower, three-legged, you know, and all that stuff, I could use an extension ladder and just put it up against the house like you did. What a great idea.
Well, I will have to say I did not originate the idea. AB4OZ, Alan in Raleigh, he was the one that gave me the idea. I just ran with it and went with it in maybe a slightly different direction than he did. But you know, if you look up AB4OZ, you'll see his, and his are even taller.
Now, did you ground the... I know you got the antennas probably grounded to a ground wire going down, but did you ground the actual ladder, the extended parts to ground as well, or are you just using the ground through your attachment to the big pipe at the bottom?
Okay, the big pipe at the bottom is attached to a coil of wire underneath the concrete base, and plus it's bonded to a couple of other ground rods. Well, it's bounded. There are additional ground rods, and every ground rod I have is bonded together to the house ground. So, yeah, everything's all bonded together. And this is the way I understand it's supposed to be. Unless somebody tells me I'm really wrong, that's the way I've got it, and that's probably the way it'll stay.
But how about the actual extension ladder, like the fly, you know, the part that extends? Is that got a ground wire to it, or are you just using the grounding of the aluminum ladder to work as a ground?
Well, the aluminum ladder's got plenty of metal-to-metal contact, so that's where the grounding is. You know, through that metal of the ladder. So there's got plenty of metal-on-metal contact, and the pipe base is bonded to the wire that's buried and the other ground rod. But then, with the pipe going through that bottom rung, it's got solid contact with the ladder, and the ladder is bottom complexes have solid contact with each other. So, yeah, I didn't really see a need to add an additional ground wire on just to plus the fact that as I'm raising and lowering, it would be effective. I'd have to add a lot of ground wires to be able to make sure that they can move. So I'm just relying on the ladder itself to be electrically conductive and provide that grounding.
Yeah, and I think that'll work. I was just curious if you had to run one. But boy, I'll tell you, you got a heck of a foundation for that thing. That hole must be at least 3 feet deep, right?
Yeah, forget if it was 3 or 4 feet deep, but yeah, that's a long piece of concrete went into that. I did have a little help with it, and I'm thankful for it. But yeah, that's and then I helped for another foundation for a regular Roan type tower for another ham down in Raleigh. And my concrete mixer's gotten quite the workout.
Well, at least you've got a mixer. Well, very good, Steve. That looks like a great idea. Like I said, you've opened up my eyes to a whole new idea here that is feasible for me and not just a pipe dream. So I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more and see what I can come up with. Hey, I appreciate the information, Steve. You going to stick with us for a while?
Yes, and you know, the real reason I did that was I figured I really don't have the room. We've got 0.28 acres. This ladder I can deal with. It's not too big to where I can. I'm old enough. I don't want to be climbing a fixed tower, and a tilt-over tower would require more room than I have available. So that's the one reason for the ladder. It works, and it's just enough room to tilt over and get to it while not crossing over, maybe a little bit into my neighbor's yard, but not much at all. And so it just works. That's why I'm glad I did this.
Yeah, and it's not that intrusive visually either. So, I mean, and you're high enough, your antenna's high enough above the roof that you're getting a good signal up. Very good, Steve. Well, you hang in there, and if you hear anybody you want to talk to, just jump in for sure, and we'll get to you. It's time for another ID. This is Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf on the eastern shores of North Carolina with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. If you're coming in for the first time, wait till after the pileup. Give your call sign slowly and phonetically.
KAPJ. I like that setup, Steven.
I'm going to QRT. See you guys.
Good night, Tom.
Have a good one, 73.
Good night, Tom.
Hey, John.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's just a really clean look. I mean, it's like, when you got the three-legged tower thing, you got so much going on with the guys and all that stuff. And I guess you can probably get away without it going that high with a three-legged tower, a normal tower against the side of the house like that. But that just looks like something that's really practical for someone like me. I can tip it over, like he says, and do anything I need to do without having to take up a big, huge acre and no climbing towers.
Yeah, really. Yeah, and the only concern I would have, in all seriousness, you know how people are nowadays. That's great access to your roof. Somebody could climb that and get right on your roof.
Yeah, but then you just key up.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I think if somebody wants to get on your roof, they're going to get on your roof. You know, I've got a fence that's close to the house where they can climb up on top of the fence and get on the roof if they want to. And I got a tree right next to the corner of the house where they can climb, you know, so it wouldn't be a major thing. And I don't think anybody's going to just make it that obvious and climb up your ladder or go up the side of the house. But plus, I think it'd be a little bit scary seeing all those wires and stuff on it.
Yeah, for your typical person. Yeah, Steven, you might want to put a guard on the bottom, say 8 feet of that. You could make a guard to put on it, and that way you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Contact.
Go ahead, contact.
Yeah, you had somebody else talking with you guys. But anyway, I went by my mom and dad's gravesite. Somebody had stolen the little vase that sits in the middle. He's got a military marker, and it's a vase that sits right in the middle, and somebody stole that. So that's what I had to call my brother about and see what he wanted to do about it. Back to you.
Isn't that a shame? They are at a military cemetery, and people are stealing stuff. I mean, they're probably just moving it over to another gravesite, but nonetheless, it's still stealing.
Oh, yeah. They had a big article, well, I don't guess the article was actually on TV up in Roanoke. That's where our major TV stations are, about somebody going in a graveyard and stealing military markers like that and so on and so forth. So, anyway, I told the girl, they got an office there at this gravesite, and she said they'd check into it, but you know, I doubt if they're going to do anything. But, you know, on the other hand, I told my brother, I said, look, they're responsible. And it looked like somebody had mowed there, you know, mowed the cemetery. So they could have run over it with a lawnmower or something with a tractor. It's no telling.
Well, fortunately, you found out and you got it taken care of, so there you go.
Well, I mean, it's not taken care of yet. I mean, I don't know. My brother's going to check into it. He's up there in Roanoke at the VA, and he's going to check into it. So we'll get it fixed.
Hey, Bobby, can you take the handle for about 2 minutes? I need to go get in the kitchen and get something to drink.
Oh, sure.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I don't know who was last in here. Okay, Stephen from over in North Carolina. Stephen in Wake Forest. How are you, by the way? Oh, we're doing okay. Just busy and running around today.
Okay, I understand that.
moving stuff around while I'm on the message. But like I said, on my ladder tower, if somebody wants to find that inside the roof, they're going to have to also wire around the roller bracket and the thrust bearing bracket. And those would not be fun to climb around because the angle metal that I made them out of, it could hurt you if you aren't careful around it. I probably could have done something to round the edges off a bit more. It wouldn't be as easy to get on the roof from that thing as it might someone might imagine. Plus the wires that are going up there also. So right now, we live in a very quiet neighborhood. So and I don't anticipate anybody even trying anything like that. It's much easier to go through a window or through a door, in which case then my alarm system will be going off, and we'll be getting alerts about that anyway. The roof would not be the easiest way to get into the house.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm going to tell you something that really works. Even if you don't have cameras or anything, get somebody to make you a sign up and make it in black and white. Because if you make it in color, it's going to fade out. That's what a sign guy told me. So years ago, I got one made up, and we do have cameras, but it says on the sign, this property is under video surveillance. And they see that if they can read. They're going to go to another house that's going to be a whole lot easier. Even though you might not have a camera one anywhere, they're going to go somewhere else. They don't want to be videoed. I can promise you that.
I'm back.
Okay. And I've got 4 cameras, okay? And they're recording. And anytime there's motion, they record.
Oh, yeah. I've got 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 cameras and a PTZ camera, which moves around. I can put it on, I can make it go on patrol, and I've designated parts of the yard and other places for it to stop, and I can designate how long it sits there. I can make it zoom in and zoom out by itself and keep going and do that all night long. So I think it's got 10 different locations it can go to.
Well, mine are pretty well fixed. I've got one by the front door, one by the back door, and 2 inside pointing toward the doors. And so between that and the motion sensors I've got inside, which are active when we're away, and the entry point sensors, the contact sensors we've got, including the tool shed, the yard tool shed, and other places. I think we did pretty well. I've got a very good neighbor, and we've got neighbors to keep an eye on things when we're gone. So that's also a good thing.
Yeah, we had a problem with drug dealers. Actually, a girl was doing drugs across the road, her and her brother, and it was a mess. I'll just leave it at that. So they were coming in here at will, handing off those drugs. In the middle of the day, it didn't matter. It'd be in the morning. It didn't matter. So anyway, and I'll let you know a little thing with her. Her son-in-law was a road deputy, so the sheriff's department wouldn't do too much about it. Anyway, I got a sign. It says just what I told you a while ago. This property's under continuous surveillance and all that. Guess what? Drug dealers did not come in here anymore. Not one time. None. And she would have to go out and get her narcotics. So anyway, it worked, and it worked beautifully. I tell you, that was a good move on our part. That it did work for that. And even if you don't have a camera up, it's good to put them up. So they'll go somewhere a lot easier, believe me. So I'll let you turn it back to Grant. I think he's back.
Okay, and where do you have your signs located?
I have my signs out at the road between my neighbor and myself. It's right in the middle there, right at the road. Anyway, I mean, we live in a quiet neighborhood. There's no exit out of here. It's one way in, one way out, which really is a big help. And, yeah, I've got it right up front near the road, and it says that, and believe me, they're not going to bother your property with that up there.
No, the only bother would be the town, if I didn't get a sign permit first.
I didn't have to get a sign permit. Maybe you have to there, but I didn't have to. Of course, the sheriff's office knows. They know that I got it out there. I don't think you'd need a permit at all.
Well, they've got a sign ordinance, so if I put a sign out by the road like that, I used to have a sign, one of the district offices next to the house, and I never heard anything from that. But as far as one out by the road, I'm pretty sure I'd get another nasty gram from the town about having a sign out there if I didn't get a permit first.
Wow, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I mean, it's your property. You're protecting your property with it. Yeah. For some reason, the black and white does not fade out like the colored stuff. We got one at the entrance of our road. I'll tell you a real quick story. I was outside salesman, and everywhere down in North Carolina I would go, either be it in Guilford County in the Greensboro area or Rockingham County, which touches our county. And they'd have these signs up, this property's on a video surveillance, Rockingham Sheriff's Department. The Sheriff's Department put it up. So we had a community meeting, and I asked if we could put a sign up and that the county would buy it to put it down at the road, at the main road, before they get into the community. So the guy said, yeah, we'll do it. One of the Sheriff's Department guys that was heading up, Neighborhood Watch. And I bought it, we bought it, our community did, and put it down there, and guess what? The next day, it was gone. So what the Sheriff's Department did, they think, whoa, we can't be involved with this. So they stole it themselves, the way I see it. And we went in and bought another one and put up down there. And it was blue and white, and it's faded all out so much you can't even see it. But we had a crooked Sheriff's Department. We still do, as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of sneaky stuff going on. Our sheriff, a couple of maybe 8 years or 10 years ago, got arrested. Helicopters from the Virginia State Police landed in front of the sheriff's office, and they arrested a lot of our deputies and things because they were dealing drugs in the city of Martinsville. And plus, the sheriff was set up, and he was talking to one of his deputies out in the boondocks, just the two in a car. And the FBI, what he did, he lied to the FBI, and you can't do that. They'll send you to jail in a minute. And he actually went to prison. So our sheriff went to prison. Well, I'll put it this way. I've got a friend with the Virginia State Police. He said, Bobby, listen, he said that they had to stop somewhere. There's more to this, and more is going to come out. And he said it might be 10 years, it might be 20 years from now, but there's more to this that's going to come out. That's what he told me. And he also told me that Virginia State Police actually are the ones that turned them in or caught them. So there you go. You can have dirty cops. I'm not saying that on every police officer. I know there's some great police officers, and they do their job. There are some out there, not many, that are not. So there you go. Back to you.
ID.
I forgot. Go ahead, ID.
Yeah, we need to do an ID. It's Tram Bunch Conversation Group, Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf. If you're coming in for the first time, come and look at call signs slowly and phonetically after the pileup.
AB4 ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
November Yankee 4, November.
Anybody coming on board for the first time? Come now.
No, I'm going to get out of here, though, guys. Take care, 73. Good night, everybody. Have a great tomorrow.
Good night, John. God bless.
Good night, John.
I think I heard a kilo something Tango 4, maybe? Oh boy, you're right on my noise. Bobby, can you hear him?
Yeah, I got him armchair copy over here. Whiskey Alpha 4, Tango Echo Delta. Ted, is that you? I do. What did you do different? Oh, you're not on that 10 watts. Okay. Yeah, I got you 5 dB over S9. Our controller's down in North Carolina. But anyway, I hear you fine. You're 5 dB over S9.
You need a call sign, Bobby.
Okay, your call is Whiskey Alpha 4, Tango Echo Delta, right, Ted? That's it. WA4TED. His name is Ted. Imagine that.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, Ted, you're doing great up here. There you go. Hey, we had a guy a while ago in here that is, I don't know if he's still here or not, that broke his ankle in several places, and I know you can relate to that. You can't get to a metal detector with, like going on an airline, can you? Well, that's good. All you got to do now is heal up real fast if you can. But what kind of time period are they giving you? Yeah, my wife's uncle, I was telling the guys last night, he was a truck driver, and it had been snowing and all that, and he was on a tanker, and he climbed up the ladder, and when he come back down, he slipped, and he broke his leg in several different places, and they had this halo thing around his leg that they would move the screws, and you don't have nothing like that, do you? Yeah, that's what he had, was a halo, and he would have to go to the doctor. They'd move the screws different ways. They'd take an x-ray and see how it was healing and kind of guide that healing, the bones together. I know it takes a long time. I don't know if they talk to you about vitamins and minerals and stuff that you can take to actually help the process, but I know there's some out there for sure. And, well, good luck to you. I know it's aggravating, but hopefully you'll be good as new here pretty soon. go. Well, for those who don't know, I found out from a guy that does chiropractic work, everybody's foot, one foot is taller than the other. One leg is taller than the other. It might be a half inch, an inch, but not 2 inches, but like you said, but everybody's feet are born that way. That's why you have to get your back adjusted all the time. And the other thing, too, they taught me that your head weighs about 3 pounds, and if you don't hold your head straight up all the time, then you're going to have a problem with your back. So that's why they do adjustments, too, for that. Well, I think they taught me about that. I would have never known in a million years. Anyway, we got an ID, so I'll turn it back to Grant, and let's see, maybe he's copying it out, Ted. Grant, back over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Bobby. Yeah, I got a light copy on Ted. I was able to follow the conversation, and we've come upon the idea, so it's 10 minutes before the hour, and it's K4 GKG with the friendly conversation group. If you're coming in for the first time, wait till after the pile up, give me call sign slowly and phonetically.
KB4ABJ, number 1, with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Alpha Bravo 3 Bravo Delta number 136, please check me out.
Good night, Dean. God bless.
So I think I heard the first time station come again.
Fuzzy Rabbit, Marvin, Ohio. 1 and down. Over.
Sorry, I doubled with you. First time checking in with us tonight. Come again.
Kilo Charlie 8, White Fuzzy Rabbit, Marvin, Ohio. I got to do babysitting duty tomorrow, so those people 1 and done. Over.
Okay, I only got part of your call sign. Bobby, I'm sorry to call on you, but I need help.
No, call on me anytime. That's what I'm here for. It's Kilo Echo 8, Whiskey Foxtrot Romeo, White Fuzzy Rabbit. And you have another station, too, by the way.
Okay, the other station trying to come in for the first time, come again?
Maybe not. I heard them doubling, so maybe it was somebody else.
I think it was just another sign-in or another ID. How you doing, Matthew? How you doing tonight in West Virginia?
That's not Matthew. The guy is in Ohio. It's Kilo Echo 8, Whiskey Foxtrot Romeo. Matthew. He is in West Virginia. I thought he was in Ohio.
Charlie 8, White Fuzzy Rabbit, Marvin. I'm in Ohio. Over.
Okay, Kilo Charlie 8, White Fuzzy Rabbit. My bad. I gave him Kilo Echo 8, so he's got it corrected. Good evening to you, Matthew.
How you doing,
Matthew? I forget your name, but sorry about that.
How you doing, Marv? This is Grant, North Carolina. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Got a pop-out duty tomorrow. Grandkids are coming up here, and I get them all day long. That means I won't be on the radio tomorrow. I'll be too tired to do anything. Over.
Yeah, for sure. Did you get some good weather finally, or the rain finally go away?
Yeah, they went away, but like I was saying there, my grandkids will be here tomorrow, and I'll be a tired puppy by the time they're gone. 73 here, God bless you, and pray for our government. We need real help now. Over.
All right, Marvin, you have a good night. Have fun with the grandkids. We'll talk to you later. If you got any comments you want to jump in later, just jump right in, okay?
Good night, Marvin. God bless.
Bless y'all.
Boy, it looks like that eastern Texas area is getting clobbered again. It's coming into Mississippi. They're forecasting all kinds of bad weather down there.
I tell you, it's not a night that goes by here lately that they're not getting hammered. I haven't pulled up the weather map, but you say they're getting really bad. I'm going to pull it up here now.
Well, from all the way south of, where Houston is, just north of Houston, all the way up to Memphis, there's electrical storms. And there's another one that goes up to Lubbock, And then from Lubbock, Texas, there's scattered storms up to Nest City. And then from there, it goes all the way up into South and North Dakota.
Huh? How about that? That's something else. Yeah, I got it here now. Yeah, and the lightning is going off every little second, even a millisecond, it's going off. Yeah, it's all the way up to, is that into Canada? Oh, it's up into Canada already, up that way.
Shoot, it's all the way up into past the Northwest Territories.
Yeah? Slate, or is that Slate Falls? Yeah, Slate Falls, wherever that is up there. That's the end of it. Got a contact.
Go ahead, contact.
I can hear you. I don't know what your signal is, but I do hear you. Okay, well, your 7S units, that's where my noise is, so I missed a little bit of that. Are you on vacation, by the way? Oh, okay. Okay, well, hope you guys have a good time. You got some weather moving in. This weather system down in that Grant was talking about, it's slowly making a track toward the East Coast. So it should be here sometime, probably. It's kind of slow, it looks like. It might be maybe tomorrow by noon or something like that. It's going to start raining. Okay. I'm reading the forecast now. It's unbelievable. We're going down to 44 degrees tonight. 44. Oh, man, that's crazy. I don't think it's been that cold the latter part of May, being the 30th of May, that it's gotten that cold. And then tomorrow night, that's Saturday night, it's going to be 58. And let's see, Sunday, a low of 62, so it's going to rebound really quick. And then on Tuesday, that's when we got the thunderstorms, a high of 84. So Thursday is going to be the big day for the rain here. He didn't come back.
Yeah, he did. He just was all way down.
Yeah, he did. He dropped way down there. You sure did, Gary.
Yeah, Gary, you dropped way down there. We kind of lost you and doubled with you for a second.
You hear him, Grant?
No, I lost him.
I didn't hear him either. When's the big event going to happen with the sun again? Is it going to be like next week?
Probably within the next couple days. Actually, I was just in the middle of looking up my solar research before 9 o'clock tonight. That's what I was kind of keeping busy doing that, and I hadn't got to the total forecast yet. But we do have part of the arm, the CME, is coming around the land. And we did get a little bit of one that just released 2 days ago. It's not affecting us too much. It's kind of a miss more than a hit. But the big serious ones are just getting ready to turn around to where they're going to be facing Earth, to where if they do disrupt again or erupt or whatever you want to call them, then we're going to get a pretty big dose. But it's it's not looking real good for our radio again, probably next week for a couple days. But we've come upon another ID, so let's get that out of the way. This is K4GKG with the Friendly Conversation Group. We're a family-friendly group of people that get together every night, 7 days a week, from 7 to 11. And if you're coming in for the first time tonight, give your call sign slowly and phonetically after the pileup.
AB4, ABJ with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
November AB4, November Charlie. Stephen with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Kilo Delta 1 Oscar.
Do we have anybody coming on board for the first time? Kilo Delta 1 Oscar, are you coming on board for the first time?
Steve up in Maine.
Yes. Copy him, Grant.
No, I think I missed his call sign. Kilo Delta 1 Oscar, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's first time tonight, and I think you had another gentleman. I'm not sure.
Do we have any stations coming on board? I have Kilo Delta 1 Oscar in Maine. Do we have anybody else coming on board for the first time? Come now.
Kilo Echo 4, November Hotel Tango.
Kilo Echo 4, November Hotel Tango. We'll get to you in a second. How you doing tonight, Steve?
Hey, doing pretty good tonight. I thought I'd jump in here for a little bit and say howdy, howdy, and hopefully a bit noisy. You can hear me okay. Sorry I missed Bobby. I did get to visit John briefly. If it wasn't for his big red hat, I wouldn't have found him. But, yeah, I'm trying to get in here a little more often. But as you know, the noise has been kind of crazy lately. But we'll have some better nights, I'm sure, in the near future. So I listen to your guys once in a while. When I can, I'll try to jump in. You and Bobby pretty good. I mean, on your station, some of the other ones are pretty noisy. But other than that, I hope you can hear me okay up here about 8 or 9 miles up Knobscott Bay in Mid-Coast, Maine, Roger.
Roger that, Steve. We got a pretty good copy on you. You made it through all the way without any breakups or anything. Let me see if Bobby wants to say hi to you.
Yeah. Hey, Stephen, good to have you. You should have got John to call me on his cell phone. We were all over that place, mainly talking to the vendors the first day, and the next day we kind of went out into the, the boneyard out there and walked around for a long time. I'm telling you, it was a lot of equipment.
Oh, yeah, I wish I'd known you were there for the second day, Bobby. I guess I didn't realize that. I saw John both days. I saw his hat, and then he disappeared. And I connected with him on Saturday. But we'll definitely do it next time, for sure. But I didn't realize you were there for 2 days. It was, as you know, record attendance, but I thought it was very well organized and pretty spacious. But yeah, we missed you there, but we were pretty close by there. I did catch John right in the middle by the bourbon chicken vendor. Go ahead.
Yeah, we met him out there at the flagpole. And by the way, well, that means that you've got to come to North Carolina to our annual get-together, October the 10th, 11th, and 12th. You'll get to meet me and, well, Grant and all these fellas. Yeah, we'd love to have you down for that if you could make it.
Yeah, believe it or not, I mentioned, I know we talked about it because I asked you about the airport and this and that, but probably this fall, it's not in the cards, but I'm thinking next fall is very possible. I spoke with my wife and she may join me for that trip as well, so yeah, I want to keep my eyes peeled and ears peeled and
zero bud.
For next year, but we'll look forward to that and meet some of the other guys, but anyway, yeah, thanks for letting me in here for a little bit. I'll take a standby and good to catch up with you, Bob. I'll catch John probably another night unless naturally he's in on different nights. And Grant, I think he's chatted with you as well, but thanks for letting me in. I'll be standing by you for a bit. You know.
Yeah, for sure. We would love to have you up there and bring your wife. The ladies have a better time than the guys do. They get out in the parking lot. We got the big canopies up they can get up under and stay out in the sun or whatever. And we have a great time together, and we just cut up and just have the biggest time that you could believe. But yeah, that's great. All right, I'll get it back to our controller and let him pick up Frederick over there in near Columbia, South Carolina. Go ahead there, Grant.
Very good, Bobby. Thank you. And good talking with you, Steve. You have a good night. We'll look forward to you coming back again. And I'll clear with you, and I'll check in with KE4 NHT. Fred, how you doing tonight?
Doing well. Actually had the other station a lot better, but Kilo Echo 4 November Hotel Tango, we're actually in Ravenel, South Carolina. We're about 15 minutes south of Charleston. Not in Columbia, not in the middle of the state, but much more toward the coast. But just with you guys, we thought I would holler in and check in with you.
Hey, Roger that, Fred. Have you checked in with us before? Have you been on with the Friendly Bunch before?
I've heard you because I've got you in my number, but I don't think I've checked in. I've only had my general for about a week, so I've been checking into a lot of this, and I gotta admit, I don't remember if I checked in with you or not. I don't think so. Over.
Okay, Fred. Is your email on QRZ, is it good? Frederick.Harris, is that a good email?
Yeah, that's affirmative. Everything on QRZ is up to date. I just made the page here recently.
Okay, I'm going to send you an email. It talks about an event that we do every year. This is the 7th year. It's up in Sparta, North Carolina, where all the folks that are part of the Friendly Bunch conversation, that they get together once a year up in Sparta. And it's a 2-day event, basically, Friday and Saturday. Friday we all get together and meet in the parking lot and meet and go out to dinner and stuff. And then Saturday we all go up to Stone Mountain and spend about 2 hours giving stuff away and listening to a guest speaker, which is going to be from the Wireman this year. They're going to talk to us about wires, antenna wires, etc. And I'll send you an email with the information, okay? All right, Fred. Bobby, do you want to add anything to it? I'm going to send him an email.
Yeah, Fred, good evening. Welcome to the Friendly Bunch. And we're not an ad, of course. We're just a conversation group. And like I was telling my friend up in Maine there, Stephen, about the get-together. We do it every year, and this is our 7th year going up there. We stay at the Allegheny Inn. The prices are unbelievable. They start at $79.95 a night. I've checked around. I can't find anything any better, but it's right there. We're right up under the Blue Ridge Parkway, Blue Ridge Mountains, and on Saturday, that's our big day, and that's when we go to Stone Mountain State Park. And there's 2 Stone Mountains, of course, one in Georgia, and there is one in North Carolina, and there is a Stone Mountain, believe me. I've seen it up close and personal, but we're the Wireman's going to be one of our keynote speakers. She's from South Carolina. Her business is from South Carolina. I don't know if you know her or not, Deborah Atkins, and I had her on my mind when I said Columbia. She stays, her business is right at Columbia, South Carolina, and she's going to be our keynote speaker about coax, wire, just different things. So we have different subjects that we'll talk about too while we're up at the picnic shelter in Stone Mountain. But it's a great time, and it's a family thing. Whether we have kids, we have a kids' night every Saturday night at 8 o'clock where the kids talk to each other. And we have 2 kids, 15 years old, have already got their extra class. and a few of them have gotten their general class since being with the Friendly Bunch. So they're going to be up there, and it's just a great time. We have fun giving stuff away. We don't sell nothing. Everything is given away, and it takes 2 to 2.5 hours. You will not walk away from there not having something. I can promise you that. But we do, new equipment and also used equipment. We gave away 3 HF radios last year. The year before last, and it's just a blast. So, and we played cornhole too. So anyway, and we give away money on that. Whoever wins. One year we gave out $900 with that. And if you make a reservation, and I'll add this, and I'll let Grant take it back up with the ID. If you make a reservation and in the event that you can't make it, they just write your name. I just take your name off. There's no surcharges or nothing like that. So you're even if you made a reservation tonight and wanted to cancel, or you did have to cancel last minute, it's not a problem at all. And they're so good up at the Allegheny Inn, they just roll out the red carpet for the Friendly Bunch. Anyway, with that being said, I'll get it back over to Grant and let him get the ID done. And, well, if you got any questions, just let us know. Go ahead, Grant.
Thank you, Bobby. And, yeah, Fred, all that information is in the email that you have gotten by now, I'm sure. So it has come upon another time for ID. This is Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf with the Friendly Conversation Group. If you're coming on board for the first time this evening, wait till after the pileup. Give the call sign slowly and phonetically.
KB4 ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Kilo Delta Whiskey. Whiskey 8, all X-ray Romeo.
I think I heard a first-time station, Kilo Zulu 8 uniform. Are you out there?
Turn it back to you.
Okay, I'm just looking at, is this Brian in Ohio? Brian?
Yes, Brian in Ohio.
All right, Brian, this is Grant in North Carolina, K4GKG. I've got a very, very light copy on you. I can just barely pull you out. How's everything going tonight, and is there anyone you wanted to talk to?
Everything's going good tonight. I'm supposed to be on a long wire. It's been a long wire. It's not up very high.
Well, you're getting out here in North Carolina just fine, and I'm on an end-fed long wire as well. So, well, it's on a long wire. It's a sloper, 134 feet, so we're on similar antennas. Anyway, yeah, you're making the trip out here in North Carolina just fine.
Okay, you're starting to realize I got a nice line on you up here in Ohio.
Yeah, I'm kicking about 650, well, 625 right now, 625 watts. And I've got you at an S9, but my noise is S8, so you're just barely getting over it.
Oh, okay. I just got 100 watts on the
Well, you're making a fine trip for 100 watts for sure. Very good, Brian. Well, if you hear anything you want, or you hear anyone you want to talk to, you just let me know with Satan Contact. And if there's anything you want to bring up for discussion, just let me know as well, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, hang out with us, Brian. I think you had a few other ones, Grant.
I think there might have been. Let me check and see. Was there anybody else coming on board for the first time tonight? Come now.
Kilo Bravo 2, Romeo Whiskey Whiskey. Kilo Bravo 2, Romeo Whiskey Whiskey Mobile.
Kilo Bravo 2, Romeo Whiskey Whiskey. Did I get that right?
Affirmative, affirmative.
You had another one, too, I think.
Okay, see if you can pull him out, because I didn't get him.
Okay, the other news station, first time tonight. Go ahead. Okay, Kilo Alpha 3, Echo Hotel Lima. Good to have you. Was there anybody else that we might have missed? Okay, I heard Whiskey 4 Alpha Delta India and the Golf X-Ray Romeo. Give me the first part of your call, please.
Whiskey 8, QSL?
Okay, Whiskey 8, yeah, I got you loud and clear. Whiskey 8 Golf X-Ray Romeo. Was there anybody else new for the first time? All right, nothing heard. So there you go, Grant. I got you some fellows in here, and we'll maybe get into some sort of discussion here in a minute as soon as things kind of slow down, but that's fine. We'll get you on board, and then we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Back over you, Grant.
All right, very good, Bobby. Let me check in with KB2RWW, KB2 Romeo Whiskey. Bobby, how you doing tonight?
So I haven't had a radio on. So now I got the truck for tonight, so I figured I'd just check in and say hi to y'all.
Well, howdy to you too, Bobby. You're making a fine trip out here in North Carolina, all the way from New York. You guys finally got a break in the weather. You got some nice weather up there.
Yeah, we had a little bit of rain this morning, and the rest of the day was fantastic.
All right, Bob, you going to be sticking around a little bit for a while?
Yeah, I got another 40 minutes worth of drive.
All right, well, if you hear anything or want to talk to someone, just jump in, all right? All right, I'll clear with you. Let me check in with KA3EHL. Charles, Orange Park, Florida. How you doing? Very good, Chuck. And I see your email on QRZ. Is that a good email address for you? Okay. Okay, it's Chuck Metro at MSN. Okay, I'm going to send you an email that talks about an annual get-together that we have up in Sparta, North Carolina. And you can take a look at it. Also, I want to thank you for your service. Looks like you were on board an aircraft carrier for a while. Is that right? Roger that, and like I said, I appreciate, we want to thank you for your service, for sure. All right, I'm going to get that email off to you. I'm starting to lose you a little bit into the noise, but hang in there, and if you hear somebody you want to talk to, just let me know. And if you want to bring up a subject that we can all talk about, let me know about that too. Is okay? All right, Charles, you have a good night. And now let me clear with you, checking with WAGXR. Scott, how you doing in Cincinnati?
Yeah, we're doing well here in Cincinnati. What a beautiful day. Actually, it was mid-70s all day, pretty clear skies and whatnot. So that was good. I guess it's going to rain a little bit this weekend. But I was just thinking grass for a little bit. Other than that, rolling around the city, just trying to get my keyword done. And a little staticky tonight, but it's been better tonight than it has been without all the lightning crashes. But so just vibrating the meter, see what's going on. Back to you, WAGXR.
All right, very good, Scott. And yeah, have you been here before?
Yeah, we checked in off and on here and there, so it's been a little bit. So glad to be back.
All right, very good. Well, I'm glad you came back. By the way, is your email address good on QRZ?
that's a good question. It's either Whiskey 8 Golf X-Ray Romeo at techgood.us or Scott at techgood.us. Hopefully that's one of them.
Yeah, that's it. If that's good, I'll send you an email that talks about our annual get-together up at Sparta, North Carolina, okay?
Hey, that'd be great. We oftentimes head on over to North Carolina, so that might work out. I look forward to the email. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that'll be in October, October 10th, 11th, and 12th, so you got some time to get ready for it. And I'll get that email off to you. We've come upon another ID time, so we ID every 10 minutes. So we'll get that out of the way now, and if you're coming in for the first time tonight, wait till after the pileup, and come in with your call sign slowly and phonetically. K4, GKG.
AB4, ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
NY4NC with a comment.
Okay, comment, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned the Adirondack Inn, but also if somebody wants to come with an RV, I made a reservation at the campground there in Sparta, and I think they probably have plenty of space, so
very good. Thank you for the information. Scott, did you, were you able to hear that?
No, sir, I was not able to hear that. Maybe you could relay for me.
Yeah, he was just saying if you're coming with an RV, there's a couple RV parks there that still probably have spaces open if you're an RVer.
I got their number if he wants it.
Go ahead, Bobby. Talk to us, Scott.
Hey, Scott. This is Bobby down in Virginia. Myself and a lot of the other guys are putting this together. There's an A&C campground. It's about a mile north of Sparta, and if you're ready to copy, I'll give you their telephone number, and you can call them to make a reservations there. Most of us are staying at the Allegheny Inn in Sparta, but if you're going to be doing that, I'll give it to you right now, okay?
All right, I'm ready to copy.
Okay, A&C Campground. That's Alpha and Charlie Campground. They do have a website, too. The telephone number is area code 336-372-7905. 336-372-7905. And if you're making a reservation at the Allegheny Inn, those reservations are guaranteed, and what I mean by that, in the event something should come up last minute, you just call them up, tell them you can't make it, and they'll just take your name off the list. And I'll give you their phone number while I'm at it, or whoever wants it. It's 888-372-2501, 888-372-2501. So I hope you copied all that.
Right, yeah, I did copy on that. Very good. I appreciate the repeat on that. Excellent. Is there a website or any other information? Well, actually, I guess you guys are going to email that to me. Back to you guys. POGXR.
Yeah, the email, he'll send you that. If you want some other, I guess it's about the same information, you can go to thefriendlybunch.org, thefriendlybunch.org, and for those who are on the net logger, you can go to the AIM window, and they have that address for our group up on NetLogger. So you can do it either one or whatever way you'd like to do it. I'm going to get it back to Grant. Back to you, Grant.
Yeah, it's thefriendlybunch.net. Thefriendlybunch.net.
I see it right there in the most instant messenger. Back to you, WAGXR.
All right, very good, Scott. Hope to see you up in the mountain, and enjoy the rest of the evening. If you hear anybody you want to talk to, just jump in, and if you hear something you want to, or if you want a subject to bring up, you can do likewise as well. There might have been another station for trying to get in for the first time. If you are trying to come in for the first time to the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group, come now.
Relay if you need it.
0-something Victory Yankee, you guys. Do you have a copy on them?
Yeah, I do. That's Jeff out there. Kilo Bravo 0, Golf Victor India. Yep, I got a pretty good copy on you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the storms are staying away from your location. We've got good weather, actually. I was telling Grant a while ago, we're going down into the 40s tonight. I can't believe that we're going to get that cold tonight. Back to you. Okay, well, good deal. We're just all, some of us are just getting back from Hamvention and had a great time out there. They had a big crowd and talked to a lot of the vendors that's going to be doing some stuff with the Friendly Bunch. So we're happy about that. They were all saying, well, we know about the Friendly Bunch. I met so many people that knew about our group. I was just blown away. Back to you. Okay, sir. I got you about 7 S units, something like that. We have got some noise in here. Now, I think it's really atmospheric stuff. I don't hear no static crashes or nothing, but although they got it going on down in the Gulf of Mexico, a lot of tornadoes I heard was in that area, and also thunder and lightning. But you couldn't prove it by me the way this weather's at. We're at 64 right now, so it's got to do a lot of dropping to get into the 40s. Anyway, I'll turn it back to Grant. Grant, you remember Jeff, don't you, out in Iowa?
Yep, I sure do. I couldn't quite pull him out. He's right at my noise level.
Yeah, we got atmospheric noise, it seems like.
Yeah, and the band's been kind of wavy. You know, it's been going long, going short, going long, going short, and real short intervals.
Yeah, when NY4NC was talking a while ago, it sounded like we was getting him over the poles, like like an echo. I know you've heard it before. So anyway, that means that was there somebody in there? I don't know who it was, but anyway, yeah. It sounded like he was coming in over the poles. That echo sound. But that means that people close in are probably going to fade out from us. It's going to go long on us, it seems like. Back to you.
Yeah, long pass, short pass at the same time, for sure. Yeah, I think we picked up some conversation with another net somewhere, or a net somewhere, or two guys talking. It sounded like they were having a regular conversation, but I don't know if they're still there now.
I just heard somebody talking about something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's long pass going again. We're picking up some of that West Coast, maybe.
Maybe so.
Go ahead, contact.
Okay, I hope I can answer it. Yeah, long story about it. It's called the German Quad Loop, but the wireman sells it, and she's calling it the Friendly Bunch Loop. Yes, that's the one I'm on. Yeah, well, we really like the antenna. I've had it up for close to 30 years, and I've worked all over the world. I've worked the South Pole twice. No power, just 100 watts. But anyway, we love the antenna, and it's quiet. It is a quiet antenna, and it works. It works several bands it'll work. So everybody that puts one up absolutely loves it. I love those inverted L's too. It's kind of like the loop. Partial part of the antenna, 2/3 of the antenna is vertical, so it gives you a 30-degree takeoff. I like it that way. Anyway, I'll let you get it back to Grant, and yeah, if you want the whole package, you can get it from the wireman down there. She sells the Friendly Bunch loop. It's everything you need except for the coax and maybe some rope, and that's about it. He sells everything on it, all the connections and all that stuff. So anyway, she'll be up at the mountain, and she's going to talk to us about losses in coax, just different stuff like that. I'll let you turn it back to Grant. We got the ID to do.
All right, very good. And yep, bottom of the hour, time for the ID. This is the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group, Kilo 4 Golf Kilo Group, Kilo 4 Golf Kilo Golf. If you're coming in for the first time tonight, wait till after the pile-up, give your call sign slowly and phonetically.
KB4 ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
November Yankee 4, November Charlie. And passenger check out. Thank you.
Good night, Stephen. God bless. I heard a Kilo Echo 8. I don't know if it was the other Kilo Echo 8, but back to you, Grant.
All right, do we have any stations coming on board for the first time? Come back.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Tango Hotel.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Tango Hotel. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm really great. This is Sean. I've talked to you guys a couple times before, and I heard the other guys in Cincinnati, and I just thought I'd jump in here as your second guy from Cincinnati tonight. So there you go. I guess you're coming in pretty good for Southern Ohio. Back to you.
Very, very good, Sean. Very good. Now, was there really a radio station, KRP? Was that really in Cincinnati?
No, it wasn't. It was a funny show, and they did have a lot of scenery and references from Cincinnati in that show, and it's still pretty popular here in town. Anyway, maybe not anywhere else in the world, but it's definitely still popular here at the
Oh, I always thought that was a funny show, and I'll tell you what, Cincinnati looks like one of those clean little cities. Is that pretty much the way it is? It's pretty clean all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I've been, around a lot of the world, and I don't know, I think Cincinnati's a great place to live. It's the perfect combination of not too big and not too small, We've got just about anything we want here, sports or opera, entertainment, stuff like that, but, you can still be home and in bed by 11 o'clock if you go to a Reds game, if that makes sense. So, I don't know, I like living here, and it's a relatively clean and safe place. Yes, I would say that's true. Back to you.
And do you get the big cold winds off the Great Lakes? I mean, do they come on you pretty hard there?
No. I'm sorry, I don't know what the name of the other guy is, the other moderator. It sounds like we're having about the same weather as he is. It's 64 degrees here, and it's supposed to go down to 48, 50 degrees, something like that tonight. So we're too far away from the Great Lakes. We're in the Ohio River Valley, It's Lake Erie on the one end and the Ohio River on the other end.
control type thing, they may not can do it, right?
Yeah, well, I never thought of that. But 3 pounds, they're probably 18 inches long, 18, 20 inches. Channel cat, farm-raised channel cat. Now, some of them be smaller than that, but on average, 15 to 20 inches.
Yeah, and I think that I personally, I think the small ones are a lot more tasty than those bigger ones.
Yeah, till you get up to the small ones are real good until you get up to 3.5. You start getting above 3.5 pounds, 4, 5, and 6 pound fish, and the fillets are.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can wire it so that when I key my radio that it keys them relays up there. But sometimes I want to talk on my radio and not use the amp. And in that case, I just don't pick up the trigger. I can reach over here and just transmit on the radio without the amp.
Well, the amp don't have a standby. You can hook up on the RCA cord, or do like that one I had rigged up. I put a toggle switch on it, and that way I could have a standby with the SB200.
Yeah, well, see, I don't have to mess with the switches on the front of the amp. Yeah, it's got a standby on it, but I can pick up here from the top what stuff that I want to key up, so I can turn things off.
Yeah, I got you. You're just manually doing it.
Yep.
Well, I don't get into the foot pedal and the hand trigger too much. So I like it when I key the mic, it keys when the radio keys, and unkeys when the radio unkeys. So that's why I do mine the way I do.
What do you key with? A hand mic or what?
What do you mean?
What?
Or do you use radio with my desk mic?
I doubled it.
I said, no, I'm keying my radio with my desk mic.
Oh, what mic do you use?
On which radio? I'm using the FM20s on the Icons, and I use that MD100 on the Yaesu.
Okay, now that MD100, does it have buttons on it?
It's got some cut stuff on the bottom.
Okay, because there's a couple of them microphones that won't work on them newer radios.
And then it's got that button on top where you can key it, but it clicks and stays keyed. Well, the way I got this cord wired right now, you can just flip-flop it back and forth, and it works on all the Yaesus.
Lady. And the next one's coming up here in a minute, so we'll see who it is.
Gary, would you like to enter?
We go to the Stone Mountain State Park, that's right at the Blue Ridge Parkway. Matter of fact, when the COVID was going real big, they had to close the park down, and the guy said, the superintendent that we talked to, know real well, he said, well, you wouldn't believe the animals, the wild animals that come out into the parking lot. We had anything from bear to deer to mountain lions. He said we had mountain lions up here. So I'm saying, wow, that's neat. But anyway, we have a catered meal up there, and get you some of that fresh air, that fresh mountain air, do your body good. I'll let you turn it back to Grant because we got an ID to do. So, but we'd love to have you guys. Back to you out there, Sean.
Sounds great, guys. I'll keep it in mind and see what I can do. Appreciate the invitation. Yeah, okay, back to you guys. Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Tango Hotel.
All right, very good, Sean. Thanks again, Bobby. Yeah, we've come up to 20 minutes till the top of the hour, so let's get the ID out of the way. This is the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group, Kilo 4 Golf, Kilo Golf. If you're coming in for the first time, wait till after the pileup. Give me a call sign slowly and phonetically.
KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
K4XTX, contact with you, Grant, after the ID.
Do we have anybody coming on board for the first time? Come now. Go ahead, Ken.
Hey, Grant, go ahead and log me out for tonight. I'm going to bed. Believe it or not, early.
So basically, if I don't log you out, you can't go to bed, right?
All right.
Nice try. I'll just fall asleep in the chair like I usually do.
All right, Ken, you have a good night. You did a good job this morning, yeah, on the early shift. It was quiet there, but you got through it okay, and it turned out to be a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to relieve you. All right, have a good night, Ken. God bless.
Good night, Ken. God bless you. Take care.
God bless all of you. K4XTX.
Good night, Ken. God bless.
Do we have any stations out there that want to bring up a subject that we can all talk about? We'll keep it family friendly, of course. Come now.
Contact.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, I'll bring up one. It's awful. I don't know. It just seems strange to me that we're having all this sun activity. The weather's crazy. Things are just different from they were last year. Things are just kind of odd, to say the least.
Well, do you want the conspiracy or do you want the scientific?
Well, I know both, I think, but I just think it's just the times we live in, and we're just going through a period of time that, things are never going to be the same all the time.
Well, the sun goes through a 7-year cycle, and we're approaching the peak. We're probably 2 years away from the peak of that solar cycle, solar maximum, or whatever they call it. And the conspiracy theory is all these airliners flying overhead are spraying that aluminum in the atmosphere to reflect the sun back up into space so the Earth doesn't heat up as much. I'm not buying that one. I'm sticking with the solar theory and that climate is cyclic over thousands of years. We've seen this before. The CO levels are nominal. They're below anything that's going to be dangerous to humans or the planet or anything else. So I'm thinking it's just a lot of hoopla over political corruption, money going here, there, over real science. I think that the politics has taken over our science, but as far as the weather goes, I think it's all solar driven, and there isn't much that we can do other than screw things up even worse.
Yeah, they say that the polar magnetic field of the Earth, they're going to actually switch the north to the south to the north. They're going to switch, but that happens every 7 years anyway. But they're making a big deal out of it.
Yeah, and the sun's doing the same thing. The sun's magnetic fields they're oscillating as well. There's a pretty good diagram on Suspicious Observer's website where they actually show over about a 30-year period of time where you can see they're tracking the electromagnetic fields of the sun, and they're also tracking the electromagnetic fields of the Earth, and you can actually see how it changes over that 7-year period of time. And right now, the North Pole is moving on our Earth further east from the actual northern pole area. It's about in the Greenland area, just about somewhere in that area right now.
Yeah, and I heard two guys on 2 meters today as I was driving down the road talking. One of them said that a piece of the North North Fall broke off the size of Delaware, and it's going to flood the eastern seaboard, which I really doubt that. That up there happens quite frequently. Maybe not that big, but it's going to happen eventually, you know.
Well, what people don't realize is that stuff's already in the water, right? When it breaks off, it's already in the water. Now, when you fill a glass full of water and ice, and you put the ice in to where it's actually, just a full glass of ice, and then you top it off with water, and you let it melt, the cup doesn't run over. The ice is gone, but the water doesn't take up any more volume. I mean, unless it's coming off the land, sliding down like off the land somewhere and going into the water, it's already floating on the water, and it's not going to raise the water level. It's going to cool it maybe a little bit, and they are saying that is occurring, that the Atlantic Ocean is cooling a little bit because of the ice that is running up, but that's a normal cyclic thing that it always does, and the Earth corrects for it over time.
I know the Earth takes care of itself, it seems like, but he was saying that it's drifting into the down south, and it's going to flood. So, but I don't buy that. I don't think it's moving anywhere. You got the Gulf Stream, and that kind of holds everything in place. So, the Earth kind of takes care of itself. We go through these times, you know.
Yeah, and I don't think that there's a piece of land that's broke off going anywhere. You know, there might be some ice, but there's not a piece of land that's broke off going anywhere. So some of these people, and a lot of this stuff is like politically money driven. Like these scientists that are promoting this green energy and climate change and all that, they're getting monies to do their research, and then they get, of course, published. And these other scientists that are doing real science and trying to get their paperwork published because it goes against the grain, they're unable to get the grants, and they're able to get their papers published.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what I'm seeing. So anyway, we'll just have to see what happens. But it's really, coming down on the sun. Sun's doing this and this and this, but it is quite active, more so than ever. But we're just going through an age now that it's real popular. We have the internet. We have every way in the world that you can learn about things going on. But you go back into the 20s and 30s and 40s and even into the 50s and a little bit maybe in the 60s, there wasn't the communications it is now. It's so, the internet just changed everybody's life, and of course cell phones. Everybody's looking down at those for sure. But anyway, that's the way I see it. I think this a lot more information is getting into everybody's hands, and they sort of blow it out of proportion. They really do.
Yeah, and the other side of it is that science has become so specific. Like the people that are studying weather, they focus on the weather and they don't look at the solar, they don't look at the astrological, they don't look at the geological changes that are taking place or going on. They're just focusing on the weather. So they base everything that they know off of the meteorology aspect. And then you got these people that are doing ice cores. Well, they look at the ice cores and they determine what the history's done over the years, and they don't look at the solar conditions that have been going on that could cause that. Like we were looking at coral bleaching when we were down scuba diving, and everybody was blaming it on warm ocean temperatures. Well, the sun is going to make for a lot more warmer ocean temperatures than the pollution that we add to the atmosphere. When you get out of the open ocean, there's no real pollution out there. It's pretty much either settled out or it's it's gone. It doesn't exist. But the sun, it's existing every day, and it's heating up that ocean to where the coral's bleaching because the ocean's warmer because of the sun. That's not a man-made deal. And we've come up on the final 10 minutes before we have to close out for the evening, so we'll get our call signs out of the way. This is the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group, Kilo 4 Golf Kilo Golf. Is coming in for the first time. Wait till after the pileup. Give your call sign slowly and phonetically.
KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Do we have any stations coming on board for the first time? Come now. Yeah, Bobby, when we get up to the mountain, I hope we have time that we can sit down and talk because there's a whole bunch of information that I'd like you to be aware of, just so you can, with your own curiosity and your own inquisitive mind, can look it up and see. But I'll tell you what, a whole bunch of stuff gets blown out of proportion, and it gets all messed up because of politics, I think.
Yeah, I know about the politics part about it, for sure. Because they got to have their grants and all that, and if they don't agree with all the rest of the scientists, then they won't get their grants. So, yeah, I know about that.
You know, and then they claim, New York City is 5 degrees warmer now than it was 150 years ago. Well, 150 years ago, it was swampland. Didn't have any concrete, didn't have any high-rise glass structures, and it had a regular onshore breeze every day because it was a swampland. So, of course, and you look at the cities like Las Vegas, the temperature is 5 degrees warmer. Well, yeah, now you got miles and miles of concrete, brick, and roadways where it used to be desert brush and scrub that would cool it down, allow the air to cool down. So, of course, the temperatures have gone up.
Yeah, tell me about Las Vegas. Well, I've never been there. That's on my bucket list. Is that Sin City? I mean, really, is it that bad out there, the crime?
It's not so much crime. It's the gambling. Of late, since I left, it's even gotten worse as far as sexual exploitation, let's say. And then, of course, since they've legalized marijuana, you can't walk down the street without getting stoned just walking behind somebody that's puffing on a doobie.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. So the gambling is, well, I mean, that kind of thing can lead to people getting upset, you know. They gamble and they think, well, I'm going to make all this money, and they end up being broke, and that upsets a lot of people for sure.
Yeah, it can be a fun city if you're disciplined. If you're not, excuse me, if you're not prone to over drinking, and you can control your gambling, if you go there with like a budget, you can have a lot of fun. There's a lot of good entertainers there that you can see. There's some rather unique shows. It's kind of like a circus for an adult. With the gaming, it's not like the Indian casinos. It's completely different than the Indian casinos, but it's a different town, but it's changed a lot since I left. I've been gone now since 2004, so what's that? Many years, 20 plus years. So it's like it's a completely different city now. When I was there was 2 million people. Now there's 3.5 million. So it just hasn't changed.
Yeah, that's crazy. I tell you. Yep, you can spend a lot of money there, and a lot of investments are there too. So, yep. All right. Well, I might have to go out there one time just to say I did that. Of course, Hamvention was on my bucket list, and that one is too. So some places I want to go in the world before I have to really settle down.
I'll tell you what, Vegas makes a good hub. If you fly to Vegas and spend like 3 or 4 days in a hotel gambling and going to the shows and having dinner, buffets or whatever, and then you can rent yourself a car. It's a day's drive to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and it's hard to get a room in the inns there at the Grand Canyon to the north rim because they book up a year in advance. But there's places that you can drive to within a couple hours drive of the north rim, and you can stay there. But that way you've got exposure to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, Zion National Park. If you wanted to do Bryce and you wanted to do Canyonlands and all that, it's a big loop that you could do over a 2 or 3 day period. So like if you plan on going there, plan on using Vegas as like the hub, then get a rent-a-car and you can do the big tourist loop going up Utah, Arizona, coming back down through northern Utah and western Utah, back into Las Vegas, and make it like a 5-day trip on the road and a 3-day trip in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I've been to Arizona before, for sure. All right, well, we'll might have to do that for sure. And yeah, when we get up to the mountain, we'll talk some for sure. But I'm really kind of a little, more or less, really busy. I have to make sure all the caterers are doing what they say they're going to do, and you know, it's a lot of movable parts to the get together over there. So anyway. I'm going to try to line up something really actually for Friday night in the conference room. We did have Bob Howe 3 times in a row in the conference room. He loved the Friendly Bunch. He was all for that. And he was big on kids being involved with amateur radio. Anyway, he knew exactly the way the Friendly Bunch knows that we've got to get our youth involved. If not, you can read the writing on the wall. This will be another big CB thing before it's over with if we don't watch it. But what they don't understand, and a lot of people don't get, is with new technology, SDRs and stuff, you can be anywhere in the world and hear the Friendly Bunch or whoever. And a lot of these foreign governments listen to amateur radio and they hear what's going on, and if they hear all the hoopla and the cussing and all that stuff, weak country, that's what they think with that. So, and that's the way they do think, believe me. So anyway, that's why when we got back into amateur radio, I said, man, there's something really went wrong here. And that's when I got the Friendly Bunch going. It took a lot, too. We made a lot of mistakes along the way, but we didn't let the mistakes stop us, and that's the key to it. Back to you.
Yeah, very good, Bobby. And I'd just like to remind everybody that on Saturday nights, starting at 8 o'clock, we invite all the kids to come on board. If you've got a grandson or a son or a daughter or a granddaughter or niece, nephew, or somebody that you think might be interested in just talking on the radio, you can have them come on board with us Saturday night as long as you're sitting there. And we have Jersey Mike, K2MFS, who's usually the moderator, and then he'll turn it over to one of the kids. We've got 2 15-year-olds that have their extra certificates, so they handle things pretty well. But if you are that's on Saturday nights from 8 until usually about 9:30 when they give the channel back to us grown-ups and stuff. But don't be afraid to get your kids on board or your young ones under 16 years old. You can get them on the radio on Saturday nights between 8 and 11. 8 and 9:30, sorry.
That's right. Yeah, Mike, I think I'm going to have to moderate that with Mike's work. So he said keep me in the loop, and we'll do that for sure. But anyway, yeah, that kids' night thing is really big, and these vendors you talk to, you mentioned you got kids' night and all that. They really, our ears perk up because they know too that that's the future of amateur radio. These kids, and we got to have a good environment to bring them into the hobby. And if you don't have a good environment, you can't do it. So that's why we can't put the horse before the cart. We got to get the FCC back involved where they can get everything, at least close to normal. And then we can get these young people involved with different aspects of the Friendly Bunch and stuff, kids' night.
Yeah, roger that, Bobby, for sure. Well, we've got about a minute to go here. Does anybody have anything they want to bring up for a quick discussion? Go ahead, Contact. I can still hear you, but I can't tell who it is. Is that Gary? All right, Gary, you have a good night. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, good night, Gary. Be safe. We'll talk to you soon.
Well, we've come up on the top of the hour, so I think I'm going to close things out for the evening, turn the frequency back to normal operations. I'd like to thank everybody for coming on board, and I'd like to, God bless our troops and our first responders, keep them safe and protect them, and hopefully our nation will survive the tumultuous times that we're going through. Kilo 4 Kilo Golf will be QRT.
Okay, Grant, great job. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun, hopefully. So with that being said, for those who are in the cold climate, like in the state of Virginia, I hope you stay on the warm side of the door tonight. It's 64. I just don't think it's going to make it down there. I really don't. Not in the 40s. Not in not even close, I don't think. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to turn the deadbolt, cut out the lights, scoop up the big kitty cat, toss the cat in the bed and go to sleep, maybe, if they can't leave me alone. And we'll do it all over again. This KB4ABJ, number 1, with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. We're clear and good night. Good night.
See y'all later, WHGXR.
Run things around his house. I'm telling you right now, Miss Maynard runs things around that house down there.
Florida. County. But nobody, those big workers, they don't want to live in Citrus County. Up north of Daytona.
On 100, in high gear, in a matter of
PDM modulator for my 10 set.
They work fine.
Yeah, but
never mind looking at TV scrolling here. That's the thing. Let's not talk about it. But the 10 sets go out fewer sets than the big rig, right?
yeah, less power. Yeah, I understand that, but it's it is what it is.
Yeah, well, that's just we gotta get Steve up in the phone to test him. Maybe he can twist his arm a little bit. I know he's busy, but you gotta have your priorities. You know what I'm saying? But it's exactly what I said. Is that
Lock him up. What if he were Joe Six-Pack and didn't have the bankroll to pursue that possum, right?
Well, ordinary people don't. Anytime you're charged federally, you don't have the money. And when you have a whole state, attorney general, not just a local prosecutor, but the attorney general and the governor weigh in, you better have a big-ass wallet. Because you're going down.
Yeah, I'm not triggered. It's communist bill. I expected this kind of behavior.
Lock him up. They probably will lock him up.
Don't do the crime.
What is the crime?
You do to Trump, because everything you do to Trump, we can do to you.
Read the indictment.
What indictment?
Prison, right? George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama.
They didn't even charge him with the crime.
Biden.
Oh my God, this is futile.
I saw no specific crime noted.
Read the
The Democrats are the fascists. Come on now.
fascism and communism are blood brothers. Well, all I know is I saw Nadler and Schumer and the rest of those clowns stand up and try to construct a lie, basically, to impeach Trump twice. And they didn't get it done because there was no basis in fact behind it. Ergo, they are liars.
Oh, he was impeached 2 times. He just wasn't removed.
Yeah, my question for Schumer is do you think the founding fathers would have allowed a CIA agent to hold a congressional seat? That would be my only question.
Or a convicted felon for president?
Well, you could apply the same thing to old Georgie Sr., you know. How about a CIA director as president? That doesn't sound very well.
Listen to the squeal.
You'd be shocked if you knew how many politicians were and how many newscasters and anchors are.
Squeal, boy.
Sit down, little man. If you're not willing to ID, shut the fuck up. They won't debate it because they can't pose a logical argument. Most of the dumbasses are in the northern part of the country. That's just been my salient observation over the several decades that I've lived.
Oh, where they have heat?
Possible, believe me. Most people aren't like that. It's only the devout communist that wants to destroy America. I wouldn't care really if New York City imploded on itself and Chicago, St. Paul, and the whole damn bunch of them. I would not miss them. He needs a good bulldozer job. Yeah, I would not miss them at all. They sit up there and they make fun of the people out in the country and the farmers. And, you know, they have their filet mignon and make fun of the toothless farmer down here.
Inbred, toothless farm.
Awesome. They look worse than the toothless farm. Yeah, Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, at least the inbred have a pure line. You mongrel.
Sure, what?
That's why you're the gravy.
That's why you're the ghost giggler.
Oh, man.
The ghost wiggler.
Dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Maryland one year, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. In Ocean City, we took like a week vacation, but that's the furthest south I've ever traveled by automobile. Ever?
Ocean City is right nice. I spent a couple of weeks down there off and on, but I kind of like it down there. I used to go down there every year to the car show. They had a big car show in Ocean City. I don't know if you knew about that or not.
Well, I'm not a real shore person. My wife likes it. My kids like it. I mean, my kids like kids and grandkids like it. Me, I could, the seashore, I could take it or I could leave it. I mean, I don't hate it. I'll go. But I'm not like that. It's not like if I said, let's, other than a small day trip, I just don't want to say, oh, let's go to the shore for a week. That really drives me crazy, you know, Bert?
Yeah, I'm not a water person anyway. I don't care about the water. I just went for the car shows and just had get away. And went to see all them pretty cars they got in there.
About a month ago, we were in Delaware. I think it was Delaware, sure, to go see the races at, I can't think of where, but we saw the car races. Almost my whole family, almost. Man, I had my grandchildren, my children went, and I enjoyed that. Right now, my mind goes blank where in Delaware it was for the stock car races. Ever?
You stop by a ham radio store in Delaware?
Yeah, the ham radio outlet is still. I was there. That's where I bought my radio rig back in 2021. Over.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. I bought some stuff off them.
Yeah, they're not a bad crew to deal with. You know, I still buy from them, but I buy over the phone. And they ship it up this way. I'd like to go. I'm afraid if I go down, I'm going to buy something. You know what I mean? I have enough stuff here. I got my IC 7300. I have a MFJ Versa MFJ 989D tuner, and I have a Meritron AL 811 amplifier. And that's all you need. And I also have a spare radio that belonged to my dad. It's an IC 720 as a spare radio, and that's really all I need. I'm interested in getting a. I also have a little 2-meter ICOM 2300 mounted under on my shelf here on my shack corner, but I'm thinking about getting something for a portable handheld, but I don't know what to get in a 2-meter rig. And I figure if I go down, I'm going to buy something, and before I really find out how to use it or how good or how bad it is, I figure let me stay away from it because I want to go down. Something like that, I want to go down and I want to see it, I want to touch it, I want to try it, and have somebody explain to me how it works before I just say send it up through the mail. Over.
Roger. I thought Dan said he talked to you before. I remember you talking to us. Last time you did, you were on your 7300, I believe. Is that right, Dan? Go ahead. WB4D.
That's correct. I still use my 72. That's all I already have. Other than that 720, all my radios are ICOM. Now, I have an old radio that belonged to my dad. It's a Barker & Williamson 5100. I'm trying to get that restored. I have that. That's a strictly AM transmitter, and I'll probably make it available this year, finally get that to work. But for right now, I use all this new stuff. Over.
Well, that's all I got is ICOM too, so I know what you're talking about.
So, where did the other Dans and everybody go? Unless you guys are just being real gentlemen, just letting me yak. Over.
I'm here. This is K4EGL. Good to hear you back in there, David. David, how much power are you running?
Well, right now, I guess about 150 watts right at this moment right now. I'm watching it peak up and down with the PEP, but the watt meter is teetering around 120 watts. Over.
Right there, Dan. Honestly, I'm having a hard time hearing everybody now. Like the band just literally dropped in the last 10 minutes. I can't hear Dan. I can't hear John.
Dan, did you get that last transmission? Over.
I don't know what's going on.
I did. Stand by 1 second.
The other station there, but for me, I'm having a rough time right now.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. We have 2 Dans on here. Excuse me, 2. Yeah, we do have 2 Dans, but we have 2 Davids. And I just said I didn't specify which one. Ontario David. I was talking to the other David up here in Pennsylvania, and I don't think you can hear him, and he can't hear you. So anyway, I'm sorry. I should have specified. Pennsylvania David. I was just asking you how much power you were running. I still have you about 8 or 9, and everybody else has you about 15 over, and I can't figure out why.
Okay, I guess I'm running about 100, 110 watts. I'm putting in roughly 20
I'm putting in 30 watts into the amplifier, and I'm banging around 100, 120 watts, over.
Can you crank it up?
Let's see, stand by.
Can you go up to about 4 or 5? 6,
7, 8.
There's about, now I'm roughly putting 40 watts in. I guess I'm banging out about, these meters are hard to read because my bird meter is an average meter. It's not a peak. So I guess I'm putting out close to 200, around, I guess about 180 watts now, over.
Whistle and you'll know. Yeah, give it a whistle.
Hello. Oh, yes. Hey, that's about 200 watts now, over.
I think you can run 75 into that amp, and not going to hurt it. Keep on going.
Okay, there's a fiddler sheet. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost 300 watts now, average output on the bird meter. And I'm putting roughly 50% of close to 50 watts going into it, over.
Dan, what will that hold? 80 or 100?
Yeah, you can run 75 in that amplifier. I got the same amp there, David. Running the same. I got the 811. I don't know which model you have. There's a few of them out there, 811H. But you can run 75 into that with no problem.
Well, I have the AL811, just AL. Yeah, it's just the AL811. I'm putting in where I think to believe 50 watts in, and I'm watching the meter bang around as my voice raises and lowers, over.
Yeah. Well, 50 is good, though, but yeah. You're not hurt. You sounded good here. I don't think you need any more here. I'm not sure what you sound like out there, the other guys, but it's working okay here, no problem.
Put 75 in it.
I don't know about that. I'll tell you a little story. I just got this amplifier back, I think, in January, and I was, first of all, reading the instructions on how to tune it. And if you read the instructions that came from Ameritron, they're kind of hard to understand. I don't even think that the English is punctuated correctly. So I went on YouTube, and I found a gentleman, Jim, KL something. Anyway, he's in, I think, California, and I was listening to him, and I'm trying to watch all the meters, and I don't know what I did, but I blew a tube out of it. And 2 fuses. The fuses went, and I blew a tube. And I was devastated, only because the thing didn't even have any dust on it yet. You know what I mean? And I called DX Engineering, and we went through the correct tuning process. And then that's when I discovered that I blew out a tube, a triode. It's only a 3-tube amp, and I blew out one of the tubes. So he sent me another tube at a reduced rate, which I was very, thankful for. And now when I increase the power, I do it very, very gingerly because I still have that memory when that thing went boop, and out it went, over.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, I can understand that. I don't want you to blow up anything. I just don't know. I don't hear you as well as these other fellas do, but it's always conditions. The band is sometimes weird what path it takes. But no, you're sounding good here. You have a lot of lows. You have a lot of lows to your voice, and maybe the guys hear you differently. So I'm not hearing you as loud, but Dan, does he sound like he has a lot of lows to his voice?
Yeah, he does. I'm not sure which microphone he's working, but I know who you're talking about there, David. That was Whiskey 6 Lima Golf Jim. He's got a YouTube channel out there. Yeah, he tries to explain how to tune the Ameritron amplifier, because the piece of paper that they have on their website, you might as well just throw it in the trash. I don't know who put that piece of paper out, but it's worthless. But you just tune for the greatest output there and adjust your dials and then just mark it for each band that you go to, just wherever it tunes the best. So write it down on a piece of paper, and that way you know where your settings are supposed to be when you go to the new band. And just go ahead and change everything there and get real close. Get as close as you can before you go to tune it, and the tuning should be very, very simple and short.
Yeah, that's what I do, Dan. I have it written down as like a chart paper that came with the book. I'll pencil in, but even though that happens, I'll still, check the tuning, make sure that it's correct and stuff like that. Sometimes I have to make a little change on the paper, things like that. But, you all sound great here in Bristol, PA. I mean, every one of these are banging through here. And, and like you said, conditions sometimes with my voice, but the microphone that I'm using is a ICOM SM50. It was like a fancy little mic. It didn't come with the radio. I bought it. I saw it in a magazine. I said, that's the kind of mic I want. So I guess it's a power mic. It's got a volume control on the bottom, and I set it some months ago according to a few other fellows. And I'm the kind of guy, once I find a setting and it works, I can leave it alone. There's no point in touching it. So it seems to be working very, very well. Over?
Yeah, well, Chuck's got that same mic there. So, Chuck, tell him about that mic.
Yeah, you say you had a SM50 or the 30. What did you say?
Chuck, it's a SM50, ICOM SM50 microphone.
Yeah, that's what mine is. I love it.
Yeah, it works good. I mean, I had a D104 static mic I got a hold of, and I tried to use that the other day, and that seemed to work on this radio. Now, that microphone doesn't have a push-to-talk switch. It's just a microphone. So I had to push the button on the face of the radio for transmit, and then it stopped working, and I think maybe one of the wires may have broken loose when I soldered it, because the wire I used from the microphone to the connector plug, really, it's like a communication wire, more like for like an alarm system. It's not a real flexible cord, and that could have, by moving it, could have loosened up one of the solder joints. So now I put that on the side. When I get a chance, I'll resolder or try to find a better piece of wire. So I'm back with the SM50, which is the mic I've been using ever since I got into this back in 2021. Over.
Well, that's a good microphone. Everybody says it sounds good. I only heard on that end, but anyway, I like it. I got it so I can work it on both my rigs. I got it on switch on a box. Just touch a button. I go on one rig to the other. Don't have to change the microphone. We use the same microphones on both rigs.
Oh, okay. I see what you got. You got a selector switch, so you can go from rig to rig with the same mic without moving any plugs, ever.
That's all right. You ain't got no plugs. Swing around everywhere.
Yeah. Chuck, what's your call? I think it's time for call signs. This is KC3. That's AC for ID, over.
Kilo 4, Echo Golf Lima.
Whiskey Bigger for Delta.
And we have one more, Dan, right? Or we had K3SDL, over?
Yeah, sorry, I stepped away there. The better half was here. I was talking with her. Sorry about that. I might have missed a few words.
Nah, Dan, no sorries necessary. You didn't do anything wrong, over.
Well, that's not what she said.
My wife, the XYL is sleeping in bed. That's when I sleep down here, over.
I hear you there, but yeah, the band's up and down a little bit too. It's changing around. Your signal dropped off a little bit, but it comes back. I don't know how other guys are hearing you, but it's pretty good here. But that amplifier there will, you can run 50, 60, 70 watts into that. You're not going to hurt it. It's made to do that easily.
Well, like I said, I was watching Jim there, W6LJ. He's a nice man, and I believe he's sick. I think he's sick. He's sickly. It's a terrible shame, because he's a very knowledgeable man. And like I said, I was watching his video, and he made me laugh. He says, keep one eye on this meter, one eye on that meter, and one eye on that meter. I'm thinking, I only got 2 wires and 3, maybe 4 meters. somewhere between them eyes and those my eyes and those meters when that tube went crazy, over.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, he's in very, very bad health there, and he was in the hospital last I knew, not in too good a condition. So I haven't heard any later reports lately, but it didn't look very good.
Yeah, well, he's in my list of prayers with everybody else in the world that I like, over.
Well, that's good. That's the only thing that will help.
Yeah, I think I've told you guys this story once before. I just got into ham radio back in 21 with my dad. I don't know if you heard this story before. It's like watching a rerun on TV. But my dad was a ham operator from 1947, I think, up until he passed away in 1991. And he had all of the boat anchor equipment. Like I said, Barker and Williamson, Collins, stuff like that, holocrafters. And when these little radios came out, he was looking a little weird of them because he says, that's nothing but a glorified CB radio. And he had the separate transmitter with the separate receiver, he had a separate amplifier, and a separate power supply for the amplifier. I mean, he had this thing like, all he did was like two turntables that you could have had like a, regular record radio station, over.
Yeah, sounds pretty interesting. Yeah. Well, let me check and see if David up there in Canada is still hanging out in there yet. See if the conditions have changed any. VA3 AVP, David, do you still copy us down here? I think he may have pulled the plug there this season. He said he had a hard time hearing this. Go ahead there, Chuck or Dan.
I'm actually jumping out of here, gentlemen. Pennsylvania, David. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and hopefully you'll jump in here another night. I'm a part-timer, so I'm in here some nights, but it's been great to talk to you tonight. And we'll chat again, Dan, and Ontario, David, and Chuck. Good chatting with you guys. Appreciate you letting a poor fellow like me come on your frequency. K4EGL.
Okay, Dan, K4EGL. It's a pleasure talking to you too, sir. That's what I like about ham radio. I'm a part-timer. I don't come down every night because I have a little part-time job at Home Depot around here, and I work in the electrical department because I am a retired industrial electrician, so I got a little job here. And when I get home at 10 o'clock, I don't feel like getting on the radio or watch a little TV. And, some nights I just look at the radio and I go, you know what, tomorrow night they'll be there. Nobody's going to take them. So if I get down here 2 nights a week, I'm doing a lot. Like I said, Dan, it was a pleasure to meet you, a pleasure to talk to you. And all you fellas signals are very, very good. So back to anybody who wants to grab it. This is KC3 SAC. I'm right here, over.
Okay, Dan. Catch you tomorrow night, baby. Come on, Brian. Glad you got ready to amp, so got that out of your hair. So we talk at you later. WB4D, 73.
73, Chip.
Good night there, Dan. Yep, enjoy, and have a good day tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be nice again, so get your yard mowed, weed eated, and get your garden all done up there, and get the chickens fed. Boy, you're going to be busy tomorrow. Have a good day there, Dan. K3SDL.
Yeah, you too, brother. Yeah, we'll be busy, but hope you have a good one. Good night, fellas, or QRT, K4EGL.
Okay, this is Dave, KC3 SAC. I'll say goodnight to everybody, 73. Dan, K4EGL, Dan, K3SDL, Chuck, WB4D, and I think I got everybody, over.
Yeah, David, you got everybody. We'll say 73. Come on back to tomorrow night, baby. WB4D, 73.
All right, 73, Chuck. I'll see what I can do, over.
All right there, David. KC3SAC from up there around Bristol, Pennsylvania. I thought they only had a Bristol. That was in Virginia. But anyway, Tennessee. They have one in Bristol, Virginia, and Tennessee, right on the border. But we'll catch up with you again another night there, Dave, when you get a chance. 7-3s and take care. From Maryland, K3SDL.
Okay, Dan, K3SDL. 73s, God bless all of you. And God bless our great country of America. We got to get it back. Over.
Roger, roger.
Well, what do you think, buddy? I guess about that time too, ain't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right on time. 11:31. Time to get your, well, you already had your dessert, I'm sure. It's time to get your medication, get you a bottle of water, and head to bed, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I'm a little tired on Thursdays. That 3 days of bowling, 3 bowlings kind of makes you a little tired. I'm a little wired for sure.
Yeah, I bet it does. Whereas on you, what is it? You sit down, then you got to get up, then you sit down, then you got to get up, then you sit down. I don't know how long it takes to bowl a gamer, but what is it? Probably half hour, 45 minutes?
Oh, longer than that. We go in there, we start bowling at 1 o'clock, and it's 4 o'clock we get out of there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's about an hour a game then.
Sometimes it's a little quicker, and sometimes a little longer. It depends on who you're bowling. You know, some of those old people move a little slower than others.
That what does like, yep, that's for sure. But anyway, Chuck, have a good night there, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow at some point. I got a lot of yard work to do tomorrow, and the grandkids are coming over again too. They're going to help me mow and all, and probably just get the place cleaned up and for the weekend. Do all the other stuff, you know, the dishes, the laundry, the cleaning, you know, all that other stuff there that you got to do. We'll stay busy there tomorrow. Hopefully the weather's going to be nice. But we'll catch up with you. K3SDL, good night.
Okay, Dan. I got game clean my yard up today. It really look nice. Talk at you later. 732 down here in Dodge. You always are going. Got me B40. We're going that way.
And VA3 AVP, if you're still listening up there, David, and there with your feet propped up and head on the big pillow. We'll catch you later as well. K3SDL.